Ain't nowhere in hell I've been up here talking this long and ain't no. I'm surprised Scott ain't left. I'm surprised Coffee First ain't left. I have really, really been up here busting my chops. I've been up here singing Samara praises. Uh, Anybody who watched the first second, 30 seconds or a minute of this is gonna be like, there's no sound. I'm leaving. What the hell would I stick around for? Thank you, Samara. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Soyini. Uh, who else? Good Eats. Anybody else I missed? I've been over here. When I say busting my chops, I'm talking about I'm over here talking hard, hard, hard. And y'all ain't heard shit. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around, family. I appreciate y'all. Uh, you know what? I'm of the mind of, I'm going to be honest with you. I am of the mind that TikTok just don't like the image that I was finna put up there. That's what I think. Uh, that's what I'm leaning towards. Cause it ain't no damn way that I'm continually trying to put this impression or this image on the screen, and it will not let me. It'll let me duplicate. It'll let me do all of this other fun shit. But what it won't do is let me. Now I'm back to. Okay, see there. Let me see. Y'all don't let TikTok get too I mean, YouTube get too fancy. Uh, Image file. And the fact that it's already on my desktop and every time it says it's just spinning and then it's gonna say watch, 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 watch. There was an issue with your file. Please try again later. This is craziness, man. This is madness. But anywho, how's everybody doing? Let me do this early on before I get too deep into the conversation. Let me go ahead and get a link established so I can come click down here and then come over here. When I come right here, I need to come over here. Let's see, invite, copy. Yes. Copy. All right, all right. And then go down here, and then go right here to the pastification. What's going on? Man, Urban Gardening Chronicles, sister, I catch you as much as I can. I catch you as much as I can. On the YouTube side of things, I've really been just kind of laying in the cut, laying in the bushes, supporting a lot of people from a distance, without saying too much. It's good to see you though, my sister. It's good to see you. Along with everybody, it's good to see all y'all, honestly. Um, yeah, I'm just kind of here. I've been attempting to make it more of a point to get back and forth to the YouTube side of things. Coffee First, I'm working and leaving for 8 minutes, but I'll be here till then. Well, thank you, Coffee First. Take as much time as you need. Urban said, I've been in the bushes taking a break. I completely understand that, family. Trying to juggle one platform is enough, but two or multiple platforms going back and forth, I don't have the time. It's just not enough hours in the day. So, uh, for a while now, I'm sure you know, I've been more TikTok heavy. I cannot believe they won't let me put this article up on the screen. Maybe I got to make it a new screen. Let's see, group discussion, media present. Okay, maybe it'll let me do it on the media presentation. Maybe. Uh, Show on the screen. Okay, well, are you gonna let me add it? Let me try to add it. Nah, man. See, that's the thing, man. Have y'all been having trouble with this? Cause YouTube done changed so much that it's literally like I don't know if it's because it's not in documents or shared or whatever. Let me try that. Hold on. Desktop. Desktop. Yep, that's what I want. And then come over here. Click on the options. Let's see. Open. What's up, Jason? What's going on, bro? Welcome in. I might be able to get with the tech department in a minute. Let me allow reintroduce myself because my man Jason reminded me of something that's very true and very real. So here I'm me. But and bro, I hope you know I was bullshitting. I was just joking with you the other day when I let me go back to this right here. There we go. So you did make a point, man, because y'all ain't seen me in for forever. Damn, I can't stand that glare. If I get the sneezing and stuff, y'all, please forgive me. It's all allergies. I had a sneezing fit for like 20 minutes this morning. Um, pata- pollen isn't particularly high right now. It's just what it is. Um, had a nice little sneezing fit this morning uh, after a snot headache. So it ain't no particular time of year. Some of us just deal with allergies like that in different ways. Now, with that being said, I want to shout out Shanna, shout out Jason, shout out everybody. I appreciate y'all. I do, I do, I do, I do, I do. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Uh, and when you see her, tell her I said, hey, Shanna. What's up, Shanna? What's going on, family? Thank y'all for being here. Sincerely and sincerely. So the picture I wanted to put up was I know VP talked Vision Preparedness talked about this I think a week or so ago. I wanted to get into it. I wanted to get into it. I want to talk about and where is it? Let me get back to it. As you all can see, as you all can see, even with my busted, if it go ahead and upload, I'm gonna show y'all. Even with my busted and cracked screen, I'm gonna show y'all something. Since YouTube don't want to. What's up, Josette? What's going on? There goes Shanna. Hey, Shanna. What's up, family? Hurry up, bitch. God damn. Let's see here. This right here. This is what I want to talk to y'all about, ladies and gentlemen. And for whatever reason, YouTube will not let that shit just flourish. It just won't let it be great, man. I cannot put that up as an image. US has a $21 trillion underground network for only the wealthy to hide out in a near extinction event, officials say. Can I particularly prove this shit one way or the other, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I can't prove it. Could somebody prove it? Probably. Damn, it's raining, I think. It's likely that they wouldn't. I swear the sunshine was literally just banging like not even 10 minutes ago. And I think it's raining. But anyway, what's going on, VP? Vision Preparedness himself. Again, y'all, the independent article, Yahoo News. I just want to talk about this shit because we got a lot of different things going on. Tariffs, conversations about how great the conversation was, about the conversation that was had, so on and so forth. As I always do, as I always say, the only shit that I really care about, the only people I really care about is the people that I care about. And those are the ones who take time to listen to any of the things that I have to say. I will not be in a position where I ever feel guilty or feel obligated to any political group, whatever. I'm just gonna tell the truth from my position, from my point of view, uh, and just stick to the fucking facts. Honestly, I'm not gonna placate or cater to either side. Like I said the last time I was on, has Trump done some shit right? I believe so. Have he fucked up in some ways? Absolutely. Did old Sleepy fuck up? Bet your sweet monkey ass he fucked up. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Over and over and over. Now, the reason that all of this shit right here, and I don't know if Vision gonna have what's up, DST? What's going on, family? Now, I don't know if Vision gonna have time enough to come up here if he can or if he want to or anybody else. By the way, the link is in the chat. That's why I dropped this shit. You don't have to have your camera on, but what you do have to do is at least let me see you backstage behind the scenes, so it won't be no dinglings or no unnecessary body parts being put up on my. That glare just bugged me. I'm sorry, y'all. I want to wear my glasses. I just can't do it. The glare. There he is. I see you. I see you, brother. Let me go over to this, so I ain't quite so big. Yeah, let me go over here. Let's try this one right here. Oh, this is interesting. Let's try that one. Okay, we could do that too. But it's not showing the image. What I just showed, Vision, right here.
You gotta
This.
share. You gotta click on the present and share image,
Uh-huh.
and then you'll see it at the bottom, like where the guests show up, and then click on it to add it to the screen.
But that's
Click
how
on
okay, I click
share.
present and I'm
Yep.
share screen. Okay.
Or if it's a picture, you may have to do file. At the top, there's three sections: window, something, and something else.
Yeah.
Click that, and then you'll see it listed in there.
Okay, hold on. Go to so whether it's on the desktop already or not, whether I put it on the desktop, it's not gonna show, right?
Right.
So
Right.
so so damn, YouTube done changed too much. So okay, click present. I'm going to present first, then go to slide.
Windows or whatever file. I don't know I forget the options offhand.
Okay. Uh okay.
Present. I'm not near my computer.
Yeah, but we got I know Macintosh probably different a little bit
Oh,
too.
Macs are different. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's yeah. Fuck, man, I really hold on. Presenter or pull that up. Let me go to
While
video
you
file.
looking,
It says image file. I
image
went to
file.
image.
Yep.
I can click on it and then I open it, but it will not bring it
Presented on the screen.
over. It, exactly. It just twirls and twirls and twirls, and then it say, again, there was an issue with your file. Please try again in a little while. That's
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah. Carbon, good to see you. Urban,
Oh,
good to see you.
what? Yeah,
ESP.
Carbon Q. What's
Yeah.
up, family? What's going on, Carbon? Yeah. What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a mixture of the worlds. The the worlds, a mixture of the worlds coming together for the greater good of all.
Right.
But yeah, man, I know you had got into this on a recent live of yours, and I wish I could put the image up so that people could see what the hell I'm talking about, so it wouldn't be as confusing. But for whatever reason, TikTok won't allow me. And anybody else who want to add, by the way, y'all, this is what we talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
There you
Hell,
go.
I should screen grab that and just put that shit up there. Anyway,
Yep. Read
uh,
it. Read what it says.
U.S. has a $21 trillion underground network for only the wealthy to hide out in near extinction event. Officials say, and the person who says that person, I'll get deeper into the. Yeah, I got my fly swatter because I hate them bitches. Um, this is where we at, folks. A former Bush official says that this is where we at. This is what's going on. Yada yada yada. She was on Tucker Carlson. Now it's on Yahoo. Now it's on the Independent. Now it's on the BBC. Not the BBC. There's another British newscast, and that's what they talking about. So, is there anybody in here who hadn't even heard of that shit yet? If you didn't hear Vision talk about it, did you know? Was that shit even on your radar? Had you even heard of such? Uh, oh yeah, I got some tape. I use that outside though on the decks. You put it in the front and the back and keep that. Carbon Q done heard of it. She said, yeah, only for the elites.
Yep.
Uh, Vision, go ahead, man. I know you had spoke on this already. I'm just kind of speaking on it for the first time on the YouTube side. If you want to elaborate or just add, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Well, apparently they have spent trillions of dollars building this underground city for the elites, and apparently, I mean, it's not one spot. It stretches miles across states. Has its own transportation system, allegedly. Um, and you know they're good in case of a near extinction disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they're up in arms because with Doge, they're tracking the money, and they're following the money to see where it came from. You know, allegedly. You know, remember back in the day where Mr. Rumsfeld came on and said so many trillions of dollars have just vanished. And if you don't remember
Mm-hmm.
that, then and that's okay. Um, but you know, it allegedly that's what they doing, and that's what they did. Okay.
Right.
Well, I can't stop it. I can't contribute to it because I ain't an elite.
Me neither.
So, you know, my thing is, okay, if they preparing, guess what? Okay, I've been preparing. So, you know, I can only do what I can do, and I can only do my best for what's good for me and my family.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much the only thing I can say is if something goes down, I'll see you on the other side.
Right. But you know what, VP, I'm glad you did bring up one point about Donnie, about old Rumsfeld, right?
Yeah,
Since him, it's happened again with different audits and shit.
of course.
And it's amazing how the human condition is situated for us to finger point and blame one another when in all actuality, because I bet it's less than 1% of that budget than the entire US gets, of any race, of any ethnicity, of any background. with the exception of maybe, and I ain't trying to be funny or nothing,
Right.
some of the illegal immigration that happened over the last couple of years, with the exception of that, bruh, that shit probably wasn't even 1% of those other budgets that's done fucking disappeared. And ain't nobody
Correct.
said shit about it, man. Nothing.
Correct.
Nothing. Not a motherfucking thing. Hey, not Carb, Adina. What's going on, family? Welcome in, Adina. And it's
How
good
you
to see
doing,
Carbon.
Adina?
You
Yep.
know, Carbon done got too good for us. She said, matter of fact, I tried to I had sent her a message and stuff, and I said, "Hey, Carbon," I said, "Me and April gonna be over your way." And she said, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Man, I sure would like to take you to Sizzlers or something while we out, or just do something so we can actually just see you." And she said, you know, country, I would, but you and your wife look like y'all smell like outdoors, like y'all just been outdoors all day." So I said, "Hey, it is what it is, Carbon. I understand. I know you don't really want to be fooling with no country folk like that." And she said, "All right, well." And then that was the last time we talked. But I still try to check
Right. You silly.
out. What's
Right.
going on, my Renaissance grandma and Josette and
Pink hibiscus. My
everybody?
Renaissance grandma.
Yeah, go ahead.
She
Uh,
she she doing it, man. She doing it, dude. She growing
yes,
indoors, outdoors, underdoors, overdoors, cross doors. She growing them vegetables and fruits.
all the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Uh, yeah. Man, it's good to see a bunch of y'all. Some of y'all I ain't seen in a long time. Uh, Sandy say, John, what going on, John? Good afternoon, Country Dreaming, aka African Dreaming in the chat. Guava, been missing you guys. Stay blessed and prepare.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Um, you
Tell
know,
them, Carbon. Tell them.
oh, she ain't gonna admit that in front of y'all. She ain't gonna admit that in front of y'all, but that's what really went down. That's really what happened. But anyway, I will talk about that offline. Um, I would never get I would never get on here and lie on Carbon Q the same way I never lie on Starlet or VP. Uh, but y'all, we it's really hard to do right now because when people dig their heels in and they get in these camps and shit. Hey, Urban, what's up, my sister? When people dig their heels in and they get in these camps, they usually dig their heels in and they stay in the camp, right?
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I'm kind of bringing this back over to the YouTube side as well as any other platform I'm on is because, like I've always said, ain't shit changed, ain't nothing changed. I'm encouraging people with sense to find other people with sense because nothing look good right now. And it's been that way for a while. It's just getting worse and worse and worse, right? Now, of course, typically speaking, we all gonna be potentially more comfortable in our own ethnocentric communities. There's nothing wrong with that. That don't equate to racism. That don't equate to a dislike for any other group or nationality. No shit like that. But now more than ever, with all the shit going on in this country and in this world, if people don't find other adult, rational people with some fucking sense,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. All I can do is go over to Urban. Urban, my
How's it
sister,
going,
long
gentlemen?
time no
I
see.
know I had to come
What's
up. I'm
good?
like, it's been months. It's been
Urban.
years. But
Yeah.
yeah, that article was kind of concerning. Like we already know there's been a bunker, but that's been kind of weird. Like it's kind of weird. Like They have their plan in place, and we're just up a creek, I guess. Up the
I
creek.
know.
No, that means get your own plan.
Exactly. So those
Yeah.
who've been delaying, get your plan because they got theirs and doesn't include us.
Right.
Does not include us.
Exactly. And it won't let me put the image on the screen, which is what I wanted as the background. I had no problem uploading it as a thumbnail, but again, in fairness, what's up? What's going on, Miss Deborah? Deborah, you better get in here and enjoy yourself, young lady. And everybody else who coming in, Pink Hibiscus, all y'all. I might look if I miss somebody, charge it to the game. I ain't doing it on purpose. So it won't let me put that image up like on the live
screen.
right now.
Okay.
But the article goes, the US has built a secret underground city costing 21 trillion where the ultra wealthy can hide out during a near extinction event, a former government official say. Now that's according to Yahoo News. Catherine Austin Fitz, who served as Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development under President George W.H. Bush, made the shocking allegation on former Fox News host Tucker Carlson podcast, according to Realtor.com. A stunning 21 trillion in unauthorized spending occurred in the department between 1998 and 2015, according to a 2017 report released by Michigan State University economist Mark Skidmore. Skidmore's report had been prompted by Fitch referring to a report which indicated the Army had 6.5 trillion in unsupported adjustments or spending in fiscal year 2015. Before I read further, y'all, this is another reason why I don't be on that bullshit. The same way that if I was in Canada, I could actually see. I might in real life. I don't know. I don't think she spent her money on that. She might if she feel like just going out on a whim. I might see Urban Gardening Chronicles at a Starbucks or a nice coffee shop or something in real life because she a real human and we live in the same sphere. I might see Vision Preparedness somewhere in Ohio in real life at a store or something because he's a real person. All of these people dwell in the same spheres, same circles, same groups and shit. Now, the times that I mentioned going all the way back from, let me get it right. Let me quote it right. 1998 to 2015.
Yeah, 98.
You've had Democratic presidencies, houses and congresses, and you've had Republican houses and congresses. So while so many people on the ground be at each other's throats and shit, some of it roll over into moral issues, which I can understand. But honestly, if we're gonna get off the bullshit and just say it, why can it not be visualized that is another echelon and group of people at a different stratum that they coalesced in a way that we can't even fucking relate to, man. Them people don't go to the grocery store like we do. They don't go to the doctor like we do. They don't send the kids to school. When was the last time you saw ultra mega wealthy anybody standing at the fucking corner with their kids so the public school system bus could pick their ass up? No. These kids get chauffeured to school, some of them with fucking security. And you really going against your brethren and sisterin, your countrymen, sitting up here co-signing hard as hell for a motherfucker that don't even know you exist, bruh, or sis, or whoever. Again, on some of the moral issues, I can understand. But I don't even think they believe that shit. I think they say certain shit to get the masses riled up and then be like, yeah, I got them. And they probably bumping elbows like this right here at a country club that my black ass can't afford to go to, laughing at all us while they drinking a $10,000 bottle of champagne. But I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna land right there. Y'all do me what's up, DJ Jordan? If y'all want to do me a favor, you ain't got to do shit except share this live out. Help me get back in the algorithm, so I can actually do it. I'm sorry I missed yesterday, y'all, but I'm trying to come back on TikTok YouTube more often. I don't have no set. I'm sorry, Urban. I'm sorry.
You've been cheating on it. No,
he is. Yeah, he hey, he filed for dissolution and didn't tell nobody.
I'm sorry, family. I'm sorry. I've been having an affair. I've been having a TikTok affair. So, yeah. Hey, look, I'm finna give it back to you and to Vision, so y'all can kind of share your thoughts and ideas. I'll jump in from time to time. If anybody else want to jump in, the link right here is in the chat. What's going on, Tori?
Tori.
And Deborah, someone else said hi.
Deborah Garrett, good to see you.
I'm just wondering why she came out with it. Like, why she came out with it now? I'm trying to figure that part out. Like, what was the benefit of her? I would figure she would keep her mouth shut because nobody else is talking. And so why are you going on a limb to expose what's been rumored for, many years? But why are you giving us, dollar amounts? And, it was clearly it doesn't matter what party you're voting for. There's all a collaborative, effort, and they hide the money and hide it in fiscal budget. But now she's exposing it. So I'm trying to figure out what's the purpose of that. That's where I'm kind of like,
You know what, VP, give me just real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got two ideas that came to mind because I wondered the exact same question you do, my sister. The why and the where, right? So as I'm reading this shit, that's what popped in my head, and I'm thinking to myself, girl, why would you throw yourself out there like that? If it's big, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? In my mind. I don't know if people at certain levels or echelons of society still have consciences or a consciousness about them that can make them feel guilt or shame or whatever. But you know what I thought about, family? Have you ever seen that movie? I don't know if it's Armageddon or what's the one they backdoored with right after Armageddon. I think where the black dude was president. Morgan Freeman was president and shit. I can't think of the name of that movie.
It's a 3-part series. I think it's
London is Fallen or what? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The Fallen series?
Deep Impact. It's back in the 90s.
Deep Impact. Okay.
So, there was this senator. And he was like worried about, like, he just quit. He had been a whistleblower in the early part of the movie. He had been a whistleblower. He like quit, and he was just like, I just want to be with my family and yada yada yada, because he knew that the asteroid was coming towards Earth. I wonder if some of the people who know some of the shit they know just risk it all to come, even though they never get appreciated for it. I would never do it at this point, because it's like, motherfuckers ain't finna listen to me. So I ain't finna throw all my shit away trying to save the masses. The people who can hear will hear. The people who understand gonna understand. So I wouldn't risk it all for shit like that. But with what Urban just said, I think that's where I'm at with it. I think either she really knows something, and something so insane is coming that this was her last stand and hoorah. Either that or they all in cahoots, and this is just propaganda to let us know that they can flex on us and they got a place to go if everybody ever try to rebel. So I'm gonna leave it right there. I gotta go check my camera real quick. Go ahead, Urban and Vision.
Yeah, I'm with you, Urban. Why? That was my first question. Why are you gonna come out with that stuff now?
Yeah, the timing is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, the timing is weird. Then I'm like, okay, maybe you do know something, and you got a conscience all of a sudden. And as I pondered those two thoughts, the thought came, and I was like, okay, now that I know this information, there ain't nothing I can do with it. So yeah,
and they're talking about, like, this catastrophic event that's going to happen, but they're not mentioning that they're actually the cause of this event that's going to happen. Like, they're doing a lot of things in the environment that are causing these issues in the first place.
exactly.
It's not some asteroid from outer, it's them spraying stuff in the air, doing all these things that are, making extreme weather conditions and so forth. They're the cause of all this. So I'm wondering the timing, deflection, certain things being pushed on the pike to distract us. I'm like, So I'm stepping back just to watch and see what is happening behind the scenes that they want us to miss or to, not notice.
Correct.
Because it doesn't make any sense of exposing a $21 trillion investment into a whole other cities, and who knew about this, who did the work on this city, who was like, were the tradespeople. Like, it's a whole thing. It's not just, magic, snap your finger. People worked on it, provided equipment, provided, infrastructure. So are they secret keepers, or are they now all missing?
Good question. Yeah. So, if this thing is this big, and the thing that gets me about the US, okay? They hide and don't tell nobody nothing, while you got other countries such as Switzerland and other countries that have come out and said, okay, we have X, Y, and Z bomb shelters underground. We have a population of 10 million in the country. We can house underground 7 million people. But the good old US of A ain't said nothing. Switzerland put out preparedness pamphlets to all their citizens. Other countries are doing the same thing, but yet the good old US of A, not that I'm knocking it, because this is still the best country on the planet, sit there and twiddle their thumbs and say nothing to the commoners such as us. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. So, that leaves us to prepare for ourselves, build our communities, share information, share knowledge, how to this, that, and the other. Yeah. So good for them.
No, I agree, bro. I agree. And again, while some of you motherfuckers is taking screen grabs and shit, let me pull this bitch up closer so y'all ain't gotta guess. That it says this right here. Before I get accused of doing anything above and beyond the call of measure, well, for one, fuck you anyway, because I'm grown. Even if I did. Now, after that, Carbon Q, I give people a chance.
I know. I'm feeling, honored just to be in the same squares with her.
I'm honored. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Carbon?
Good.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I mean, she good people, but she typically don't fuck with the commoners. With I'm sorry, the poor. The poor.
You know what I did? I kind of went into myself, because there's a lot of things that go on. Right. And sometimes you got to step back, reflect, replan.
Yep.
Forward, right? So
I'm good shit with you, girl. Everybody know you got a good heart and you a great person. I'm sitting up here lying on you, girl. You got you a beautiful person, beautiful spirit. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's an interesting topic. I think what we should take from it, and don't even get upset behind it, because it's survival. And of course, they're going to want to survive just like we want to survive. But what they do that we don't do is that they're collectively working together for the betterment and survival of their status. I'm going to say, I'm not their kind, but their status, the rich, the elite, they're putting their money together and they're doing whatever they need to do. It's something that probably we should be paying attention to and figuring it out. Yes, we're limited because we don't have the type of money that they have or the doors opening for them to create these spaces for themselves. But these people are not used to doing things for themselves. They will eventually need people who know how to do things, make those things run that they have down there. Their subway system is way more advanced. That leads you to believe like they just give us crumbs and we're accepting of it. But I think the more self-sufficient we become, it kind of puts them at a disadvantage because we kind of don't need them. We'll make things happen on our own. And we still have to get that mindset. We do have to get past a lot of things because we cannot come together and just stay together until something bad happens. The actual pre-planning of it, you will see people separated or they're divided by something or they continuously stay stuck on something that keeps people divided. Survival should be everybody's only thing that brings them underneath an umbrella. We have to survive this. How are we going to do this? How are we going to make this happen? Whether it's shopping locally with your local farmers, buying from smaller companies, it may not be as fast as you want it, but you're now putting those little people in the forefront. You're Xing out those already rich people who are able to do what they have to do. Anything that I see now, I don't even get mad at it because you have to expect that from people. You have to expect that the same way we're talking about survival, they're going to talk about it on their level and what they're going to do.
Exactly.
So these smaller channels are showing you how to grow things, how to put things away, how to preserve your food, your firearms, defend yourself, how to, medically take care of yourself. That's who we need to start pouring energy into, buying from those people, learning classes from those people, because at the end of the day, we don't have underground bunkers to hide ourselves. So anything that happens, we're going to get hit. We're going to take mad casualties along the way. We just have to learn how to get past that. And if so, be able to take care of our own on our own the best way we know how. I don't know. I don't know if anybody saw that bunker or, just like pictures of it, but it is crazy.
It's elaborate, fancy, high, futuristic.
Exactly. I was going to use futuristic. I mean, did you see the subway? How it
the train system? Yeah. So here's a question. So we hear all this, we see all this, and this is 2025. AI is alive and well. How do we validate this?
To me, it's easier just to say, hey, somebody put that out. There's a possibility that this thing is real. And just
exactly. Absolutely.
Debating if it's real or if it's not, just be like, oh, this is an option. Anything that's an option for somebody, they can make happen if they have the funds to make that happen. They have the community to make that happen. There's abandoned military fields in certain parts all over the place. Some in our hometowns, collectively getting together and seeing if we can purchase that, buy it, and then create small communities. At least they are secure, way more secure in certain ways. I'm just saying it's options. To me, I see stuff like this and I just try to come up with what can we do to circumvent that? What can we do to preserve that? Like, do we have someplace to go if they do release something into the air? No, we don't. We're pretty much all done. How many people have gas masks? And will the gas mask actually stop whatever that airborne issue is? Whatever they put out there, it's in our foods. There's so many things every day when you get up and you look at the news or you scroll on TikTok or Instagram or a social media period. It's always something new. It's from the animals to your vegetables to your ground to your ear, burning you out of your house and home, flooding you out of house and home, out of community. If you did have something set up, the Appalachian people are kind of tight people. They're up there in those mountains. They're tight. They completely wipe those people out. These are things that we have to consider, that even if we do prep, we might not survive it. A few might, but majority of us might not. Something like that, out of the blue, out of nowhere, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. But you want to give yourself the opportunity to survive, or your children to survive. Maybe you can't, but maybe they can. It's a crazy thing if you sit here and try to pick it apart. Just try to figure out how you can preserve yourself, your lineage, your community as much as you can.
That's true.
I think the tariffs also, and this whole storyline is that most of us are spending less on frivolous things. I don't know about you all, but I'm not really frivolous, but even more, I've tightened it up. Like, okay, what is going to service me in this new age thing? What's going to be able to go back to the old fashioned? How can I pivot quickly? And what do I need to make that more efficient? I don't have time to be buying, lotions and potions and stuff. Like, we need to spend our money really strategically, because over here we have tariffs for China and tariffs for the US. So we're fighting on every side, and it's affecting the basic costs of living. So even the equipment that we would buy last year, I remember Vision was promoting the generator thing. That's cost like the price now. And people were complaining then. What about the price of it now?
Right.
We got to jump on things at the time, because we don't know what's going on in the political realm, and it's going to affect our bottom dollar.
Absolutely. Right. Yep. It's forcing people to become more, not more, but use their imagination, use their skills, hand skills to build things, find another way to make it last, stretch your meals, stretch your whatever you got going on in your house. You're just learning to live different. The whole finding that Louis Vuitton or all these brand names are made out in China, and you're paying umpteen amount of dollars when you get here, and it takes $20 to make over there, should have everybody looking at these people like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, people know how to sew. There's people that can sew things together. Nothing moves unless the people move it. The faster we find out that we are so much more powerful if we work together to actually attain what we want. It'll be the day, like, the skies open and be like, finally, you guys get it.
No, I agree with you, Carmen. Carmen, hold on real quick, family, because I'm digging what you're saying. I'm appreciating what you're putting down, and I know you caught yourself.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good, because let me be the potty mouth. Damn it, I'll be that motherfucker, because I'm finna be it right now. Look here. So with what Urban said, I'm gonna say this shit as blatantly and straightforward as I can say it. People like myself, Carbon, Urban, and even Vision Preparedness. Hell, he got generated. Y'all ever fuck with Opus? Check Opus out. Look, that shit was like half the price a year and a half, 2 years ago. But you couldn't get a motherfucker to even consider fathom, like, I'd rather have this. I'd rather do that. I'd rather spend my money over here. I'm not saying you got to eat. First, I would like for you to. But even if you don't buy it from him, even if you go on Amazon and just get whatever you could afford.
Facts.
Having anything is better than having nothing. But you can. I'm gonna show y'all something in real life. I got sitting right here on the floor beside me right now. Let me, if I can cut that glare off. Y'all see them? These is whole eggs.
Okay, powdered eggs.
This is, you know how old this shit is? It's still good, because I opened another can the other day. Man, we going back to when goddamn Jagged Edge was still in their prime. How old the eggs is. This shit ain't new. This is a lifestyle, people. This is a lifestyle. And while I'm appreciating what we talking about right now, I do want to segue into something else because of what all of y'all done said. So many of y'all know I'm on TikTok. And oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Speaking of TikTok, look, between John, Adina Collins, Mama, aka my Renaissance grandma, Josette, it's a whole Sherry. It's a whole bunch of y'all in here. If I miss, and Happy Mac, I gotta say Happy Mac. If I miss speaking to some of y'all, man, don't take this shit personal. I can't type this shit to everybody, and I'm not finna feel bad about it. When I see you, I'm gonna wait till whoever talking finish talking, and I'm gonna say either a big blanket hey to everybody, or I'm gonna say hey to you specifically. But just calm down, get out your feelings and shit. So look here. One thing that I feel is dangerous, is misleading, I hate to see it. Since everything with the tariffs, which we still talking about, because Urban brought that up. That's a good point. The tariffs, this and that, the that and the this and the that and the this. You got fly by night. You got people who on TikTok, YouTube, and other social media platforms, channels is blowing up by the hundreds, and they have no clue what the fuck they talking about. I'm just gonna say it as open and blatant as it can be said. They literally just start prepping, nigga, week 4 last. And they the one, not the us's, not the Carbon Q's, not the Urban Gardener Chronicles, not Vision, not me. They not the ones saying these are the 5 things you must have, or you're gonna run out of tampons and beans. Bitch, what the fuck? How do you even know that that's what that family or that household or this person needs, man? You can make recommendations, but you can't tell somebody when you just thought that this shit was a good idea the other day what they need for a family of 5 and you ain't got no fucking kids. This content creation shit can get dangerous. It can get misleading as hell, and it can steer people in the wrong fucking direction. And I'm seeing it happening right now. It's people spending money on shit that they don't. Nigga, why you even touching that? Why you over there? For your needs, your first stop should have been the hardware store. But you at Costco buying shit you ain't never ate before, hoping you can flip it. And before I give it back to the panel, I'm gonna say this right here too. For all you out here who got what's going on? Who was that? I thought I saw Swoop off in here somewhere. Whoever that is, welcome in everybody. While you got the bright idea thinking you finna make your ultimate come up off of the current circumstances, if you ain't never shot at a motherfucker and you think you finna buy a whole bunch of rice and flip that shit for 1 pound bags, you might be fucking up. Honestly, you don't do that. As a matter of fact, you the type, don't tell nobody what you got. Keep all that shit in your house. Keep it to yourself, between you and yours. Because if you think you feel, with the way shit stands to go, you literally, I love the idea of bartering, but as Vision done said before, and I feel wholeheartedly, if I don't know you, I ain't selling you shit, even if I got it. Because I don't want you to know what I got. So for anybody who thinking you finna just jump in the IE dope game, rice game, bullet game, whatever, man, them folks will come take your shit, boy. Because you're not even about that life. You don't move like that. You playing games. You count on making currency when the dollar is falling. So do the math on that. But anyway, I'm gonna land right there. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna fall back. Panel, it's back to y'all. Carbon, Urban, Vision, y'all got it. And everybody in the chat, I love y'all. If I missed you, don't take it personal. But hey, thank you. Salute. Share the live out while you over here ear hustling and shit, and let everybody know we on over here. But panel, y'all got it. Go ahead.
I agree with what you said in regards to bartering, but it is going to be something that is going to have to take place should shit happen, because we're going to be fully prepared with everything that we need. And then again, when issues arrived or complications arrived, you're going to need something from somebody. You're going to have to go back to bartering. Money's not going to be anything unless you have precious metals or something that another person needs. So if your kid is sick and they have something and you have something, you're going to have to kind of let your guard down a little bit and do what you got to do to save your kid, if that's what the situation calls for. So, this is why community is so important, because you need to have a group within your community that doesn't mind defending that community. So people are not going to come in, but don't underestimate that there's other people out there with firearms that have tactical training, that have military training, that are just that desperate that they're going to try it. So you're always going to have to be on point, but it doesn't mean that you're never going to get got. It's just you have to wait your turn. and hopefully you'll survive it when you do. It's all part of survival. Survival is a scary thing. It can save your life and it can also take your life because you don't know how desperate the other person is. You got to keep it 100 with yourself, that when that shift happens, they tell you to prep ahead of time so you don't have to be out in the chaos. But that doesn't mean that you stay in your house, because now you're in your house. Your neighbors who know you're going to be like, how come she's never on the line to get anything, or she's not out here looking for stuff? You know, you still got to play the game. You got to learn to be real covert, move, blend in. That gray man thing comes into play.
Gray man is underestimated. Like, that needs to be a major teaching point, because people need to just know how to just blend in and go along and just shut up until, you know, and observe what's happening around you. And I'm telling you, people talk, because when you sit back even now and just watch, you tell somebody something that's not private, to see how fast it spreads. Right. And you sit down and see how fast it reaches, like, the fifth neighbor on the fourth block down to the last quadrant. People talk. They know you're not going in line. They know that you know, you seem to have supplies. They know you're hiding. Like, people know. So don't think you're gonna be on your own and hiding. No, you gotta have a connect. You gotta be wise. You gotta be covert. You gotta be good with negotiating with people.
Absolutely.
Because not everything is pulling out a firearm, and you gotta know how to master manipulation if you're gonna make it.
Absolutely. Learn how to read body language. You have to put yourself out there in the midst of it, regardless of the fact, because you still got to know what's going on. You got to figure out, you know, how they moving. Like, what are we doing? What's going on here? You know, what if it's something where you have to move? Now, can you move by yourself? Do you need assistance? Now you have to form a community really fast and bug out. There's so many avenues to this, so many scenarios that you can play out, but play them out now before it does actually happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. VP, it's on you, bro. I just want to say this real quick. I'm so glad that these two women particularly are up here, because I think nature of the world, women get underestimated, for one. And I think women can pull off that gray man better than anybody else, because they can go over and just, you can be vulnerable.
I do declare.
Yeah, you can be vulnerable when you need to be. And you can also beat a motherfucker ass if you got to. You can really throw hands if you need to, or catch them twice. And they never saw that shit coming, because they thought they had a one-up on you just because of your gender. I said that to say this before we get to VP. Women, please. Women, for those who ain't, and I know this falling on deaf ears, because most women in this community, in these circles, are typically on it. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already, if you ain't seen enough in this world, please get over the timidness. Please, fuck me. Don't reach out to me. Carbon Q is up here. Urban Gardening Chronicles is up here. If you need to connect with another woman, so, because they can probably come say some shit to you from a position I could never even imagine. Reach out, talk to them, connect with them, get to know them, ask questions. Shit, I'm just throwing that out there. VP, my apologies, brother. Please go ahead.
Oh no, you fine. I agree with everything Carbon and Urban been saying, and I've been saying for the last couple of years. Find your community now. Find trusted people that are like-minded, that y'all can build something together, because there is strength in numbers, period. And it ain't got to be, you know, the apocalypse or whatever. It could be the small thing. Hey, a job loss, a death in the family, a relocation, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be, oh, the sky's falling and the troops is coming over the hill. I need some help. No, it could be anything. Build your community now, folks. Find people near you. And, you know, plan. I ain't saying, you know, find a stranger and tell them everything you got. Absolutely not. You build those relationships and you'd be surprised what'll happen. Like my daddy used to tell me all the time, you let somebody talk long enough, they'll tell you everything.
Yep,
Absolutely.
they will.
Everything. And I'm gonna land my plane right there, bruh. But yes,
No, well
y'all
said, sir.
y'all are dead on it.
Well said. We got people asking for the latest chat. Links. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't finna do that shit. I'm not even. As bad as I want everybody to get to Carbon, is it anybody a moderator in here? Hell, I don't even remember who the mods is. Urban, you a moderator, ain't you?
I don't think so.
Vision, you put that shit in there.
I can't. I'm on my phone. If I drop a link, I'm gonna lose everything else on the planet. I'm on my phone.
Okay.
I'll find. I think Carbon's at Carbon. Hold on.
Some of us do have to work for a living. I'm not independently. I ain't independently wealthy.
Well, that's why I'm leaving you outside my bunker when I get there.
That's fine. Thank you. That's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Another thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead, fam.
Learn problem solving skills. If you are not somebody who's like good at solving problems, you kind of want to like read something or get with people. Just, they have certain things on here that you could do, and it kind of gives you scenarios where, how do you fix this problem? They kind of do it in the military too, where you have to learn. They give you a problem, you got to find your way, how to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that's going to come into play with shift, because naturally you're going to have leaders, naturally you're going to have followers, naturally you're going to have people who have no idea what to do. They're going to be panicked. Learn to keep your composure when stuff starts going crazy. The calmer you are, the better thinker you are.
That's right.
You're putting things into plan. And if you're surrounded by 10 people screaming and not knowing what to do, you're the leader now, because you're going to start thinking. You're going to be like, listen, we're going to have to isolate. We're going to have to barricade over here. Like, where is that coming from? Whatever the case may be, you're going to start asking yourself questions, or you should be asking yourself questions. What's my next step? What is going to make this better? Do we isolate or do we split up? Exactly, Sherry. Critical thinking. There's books on that. There's videos on that. Just learn. Sit outside your house and just watch how people, deal with things. And you'll see there's a group of people there's going to be somebody that steps up. There's going to be somebody screaming. Even if you watch the news, you see it all the time. You have to decide which one you're going to be. And if you live alone, if you're a single parent and you have kids, you got to know your kids. You got to know their strengths. And just because they're kids doesn't mean that they're not going to be absolutely needed in these types of situations, because if you train them, if you introduce them to things, if you tell them, run drills with them, this is how you do this is how you do that. We're going to do a fire drill. They do it with fire drills. We're going to do a bug out drill. Where's your bag? Have everything neat and in order so that they know what to do. And you kind of got to do that with your whole entire family if you have them. Get them on a plan, get them on, this is what we do if this happens. This is our meetup point if we're separated. This is where you stay until I come get you, should we get separated. Make sure they know how to, there's your secret word. If you can't get them, that you send somebody to go get them. This is the word. If they don't say that to you, you don't go with them. It's small things, but you keep building from there. You just got to implement it into everyday life. Just like we tell them, oh, you have to have these sneakers because everybody's wearing these sneakers. Okay, you need to have a bug out bag. Where is it? Where is it supposed to be? Hang it up. Go through it. Every 3 months, we have to go through the bag. Make sure nothing is inspired. Make sure everything is working. The batteries are not corroded. Whatever the case you may have. Teach them how to use their equipment, because 9 times out of 10, they might not be with you if something happens and you might have to get to them. And you got to be able to know that your kids are going to be able to handle themselves, hold themselves down until mom or dad gets home, right? So it becomes a lifestyle, because it is a lifestyle. It's personal. It's personal to your family, to who your community is. Do you know your older people that surround you who are incapable of walking up or downstairs, or they need assistance, or they can't see, or one can't hear, hard of hearing, so they can't hear the sirens? Do you know what door to knock on? Listen, this is going on, come with me, or you make sure they're straight, or you call the next family member. It's a whole lifestyle. It takes quite a lot, but you could do it if you just start with your family. And I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah, exactly. You have to put it to practice, because even the best of us think we're ready, and we're not. We're ready, but maybe we're out of shape or out of practice. I was huffing and puffing today. I'm like, oh my God, if I had to run or walk a long distance, I was literally huffing and puffing. So I said, this can't work. So I'm taking my fitness back and getting that back in check, because you can't be sitting down and think, I'm gonna just bounce and fly. No, you got to keep yourself in shape, active. That will help you prevent injuries. Be flexible, do long walks, get out there and exercise, go and do your weight train so that your muscles and your bones are strong, and you're not just, you carry your backpack, you can carry your stuff. It's not just going to happen. And it's also just better for your health overall. You're not doing it just for some distant event. You're doing it for your long-term maintenance and healthcare. So you're still benefiting. So if we can just put our mind in the place of a holistic approach of health, wellness, fitness, knowledge, experience, practice, I think we'll all be better for it. Don't wait until, something happens. It's just too late. It's just too dangerous.
Yeah. Walking is great.
Yeah.
A lot of bugging out is going to be walking, unless you have a car. If you don't find any gas, you'll be walking. Get those legs together. I start early in the morning, and I walk. And carrying people, just carrying your kid when they're dead asleep is a lot.
Yeah.
Now imagine carrying them miles like that on top of a backpack, on top of whatever else you had, your firearm around your neck. You have a lot going on. So physically, and it's not just for men, it's for women too, because there's a lot of single parents out here. There's a lot of divorcees, there's a lot of widows, there's a lot of, and that goes on both male and female, that you might have to be your own eyes and ears for a minute until you get into a group. Can you stay up late? Can you go long periods without eating? Try fasting. Fasting is great for your body, your mental, but it also, when you go into that go mode, that's not the first thing that's going to stop you. Your body's going to be used to working and doing without worrying about food or stressed out by food. If you have like smoking or drinking, try to get yourself together on that, because when that shift hits and you don't get it, you're going to be out of sync for a minute until you get it together, until that's out your system. Try to do that beforehand. And I know that's not easy. That's definitely not something that's easy, but it might be something that, or replace it with something that's healthier. I don't know. It's a lot to go into prepping. People, like you said, are online and they're giving out they're giving out information, but not doing all of the thorough background that needs to be involved into it, because
it ain't even just that, Carmen. Them motherfuckers just lying.
Right.
They just lying. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just getting on that bitch saying shit because it sound good. And I'm glad we having this part of the conversation too, because when it come to, by the way, I'm a Vision later on in this live, before we get out of here, or anything, he gonna talk about Bug Out Weekend, which is coming up.
Okay.
Being, if you don't mind, sir, if you got time,
Sure.
because I want you to talk about it. Also realizing where you at, because urban ain't wrong, carbon ain't wrong. That was the time back in my 20s, in the old infantry days. Shit, if we had a chance, we drank all fucking night, sleep for 2 hours, and get up and run like literally 4-6 miles, dehydrated than a motherfucker. That's called youth, ladies and gentlemen. So
yes, indeed.
So the reason you might want to do something different is because your body changes, your body gets older, but I don't want y'all to sleep on this point or miss this here. A time gonna come, Lord willing, you gonna be 80. And I don't give a fuck how much you done walked, how much you done jogged, and all the salads you done ate. Your ass can't move like a 40-year-old no more. You can't move like a 60-year-old no more. While we thinking and talking about all of this shit, think about everything that eventually, if you live long enough, excuse me, you could still very well be alive while some of the worst shit known to humanity can happen. And you got to make a decision in that moment or preemptively whether you're going to sit the fuck still or whether you're going to move around. And in some instances, I'm going to tell y'all this, all but for a fire, if I have to leave, that's the only thing that get my black ass from down here around these pine trees, baby. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't moving. I'm not personally not bugging out. And if I do bug out, it ain't even, it's bugging out from my shit. But hell, I got family with a whole lane. I'm finna be over there. Right. So I'm still kind of in because I already got shit over there. Right. So I know everybody don't have that option, but this is where planning come in, y'all. If you ain't got somebody already, if I tell you this, for all the pressed ham sandwiches and bottled water and sardines and shit you can buy, if the worst thing that can happen to you right now and you don't know where you finna go next, you already done fucked up. That's the first place. That's the first phase of planning and preparation. Is if this is gone, where will I be next and still be equally secure as to where I am right here? So that's just some food for thought. I'm gonna give it back to y'all. Let me say Dan H. there he go. Look at he messing with me already.
What's going on with you, Dan? Tell him.
Dan, Sherry, Happy Mac, we love you, baby. Pescatarian Gardner, Starlet. Look, it's people from all kinds of sides and communities over here, and I appreciate that. Josette, I appreciate everybody for being over here. Sister Mary's Kitchen. Look, man, with what's going on right here, I leave that for other people. I don't do the whole divide, the male, female shit like this. These are two very intelligent, intellectual, and smart women, as I see myself as well as Vision. But the deeper thing is, this ain't I can say this. It's been it's closer to 4 years than it is for 3 years of me knowing them now. This is what they do, what they live, what they talk about, what they experience. Y'all, it is so prudent, so important. If you still getting your information from people who this shit right here is a fad for, I hate that for you. I can't keep you from doing it. But there's a big difference between folks who live a certain way as a lifestyle versus folks who live a certain way on account of they just caught up in a fad because that's what's popping at the moment. It seems relevant at the moment. And I'm gonna land right there. I'm done. I give it to y'all. Thank y'all for the likes and the shares, and keep doing it if you want to. But I'm just going back to the panel. Y'all go ahead.
You will, if you start this lifestyle, you're going to be gun-ho when you first start because it's going to be so much. Take your time, write your plan out first, go through your house, see what you have first, then start adding in other things that you may need. Being that the tariffs are doing a lot of things to simple things that we used to get for relatively very cheap, they're double, triple the price now. Get the most important things, your basics, food, lighting, food, medication, your skill sets, your defensive tools, whichever one you choose to use. Make sure that you can maintain those things and, sit down and really have a conversation with your family. Find out who's good at what, and then start assigning them little things to do. But create that plan first. Go through your house, see what you have, see how many flashlights you have. Do you have batteries? And then you start going from there and elevating to other things. I haven't done a topic in years now because I kind of saw where this was going. So many other people started talking about it, and that I loved. I absolutely loved it. But you do get burnout where it can take over almost everything you do in your life, and you still have to live life. You still have to, make time for other things and experience other things. So pace yourself with it, but don't like lollygag with it. It's weird. I know what I'm saying. It sounds crazy. It sounds
It's a fine line. Yeah, it's a very fine line.
but you have to learn to manage it because you still have to prepare. You still have to live your life and don't be caught under a cloud of fear of everything. Just be like, oh, that's new. Okay, let me start doing this just in
Right.
case. Oh, we're coming up with that now. Okay, well, let me do this, and I'll have that put aside for something, and take it within stride. I got the burnout. I definitely got the burnout. For a period of time, I just didn't really want to talk about anything because it's a rabbit hole. It's one thing after the next, and it doesn't get better. It gets worse. It's like, oh man, the water, now the chickens, now the turkeys, now the ducks, now this, now that, now now it's in the air. It can definitely mess with your head, but focus on your area. What are your deficiencies in your area where you live? Are you prone to flooding? Are you prone to fires? Are you prone to tornadoes? Prep for those things. Prep for a job loss. Prep for the tariffs, where certain foods that you may need that you're not going to be able to get, start prepping for those things, and make it as simple and feasible for you to do in your lifestyle and what goes on in your household and in your community is the best advice I could give you. Just take your time and plan it out first, and then start adding to your preps, because you'll buy a lot of stuff that you probably won't even use or need or forget that you have. So stick to the basics. What's going to get you out of that situation?
I agree. I
100%.
agree.
Facts.
Just up your skills. Like now's a time where knowledge is readily available. Internet, books, PDF, anything that you need, you can find it. How to fix stuff. Like take the time to figure out how to fix things yourself before you have to go run to a professional, and just push yourself beyond your comfort zone, because that's where you're going to start to build your confidence and build capacity. And that's where we're kind of lacking. Like you don't have that capacity. Your mindset is not positive where you think I can do it. Just try, because that's going to take you to a new level of just awareness that's going to make you better for it. The skills, nobody can take away from you. They can steal your stuff, they can steal whatever, but they can't take away your resilience and your skill. So if you're willing to put in the time to read and learn and not just be watching nonsense and wasting your time and wasting months at a time, and you realize, oh my God, it's May already. What have I done? Just take the time to build yourself, build your confidence, and start exactly where you are. I'm a gardener, Carbon Q does something, Vision does something else, but in actuality, we're all kind of Renaissance people. I don't just do one thing. They don't just do one thing. And that's the whole point. You can't be just specializing in one particular thing. You're going to need a multitude. You're going to grow food, harvest seeds. You need to know how to store your seeds, firearms, you can use a firearm. You know how to clean your gun. You know how to, all those kind of things, health and fitness, injuries, how to deal with, nutritional failures. If your body's lacking in minerals, can you tell? Can you know how to determine what this is and what that is? Do you know how to deal with your mental wellness and other people's mental wellness? Like there's other facets that you have to kind of be familiar with. And if you're in your house, isolated, watching TV all day, that's not good. You need to be around other people. Whether we like everybody or not, you need people. We're very social beings, and people have been antisocial for so long that that's quote unquote been normalized. The metaverse and all these virtual realities. No, get out and meet people. Start to build a friend group and and build your family and make it more solidified. Otherwise, it's as Carver said, it's very lonely. It's very straining. It's going to a rabbit hole. You need people. It's not a solo sport at all.
Very true.
Go ahead, Vision.
No, I mean, like Urban said, with everything that's going on, they have isolated us. That is the art of war. You divide and conquer. Yep. And the best thing we can do is come together. and teach and learn from each other. Like Urban said, you know, she started out with gardening. Carbon Q may be 2A and prepping and this and that, and Country does this and I do that. We can't afford to specialize in one thing.
Right.
Because we got to do it all. And everybody and diversify what you can do. When I started my garden, what did I do? I went to YouTube and everybody that was gardening, I'm looking, listening, asking questions, you know. And that's how I learned to garden. Am I the best? Absolutely not. Am I the worst? Absolutely not. But I can feed my family and I know what to do and how to do it. And do I do epic fails? Absolutely. But you live and learn.
Yep.
And that's what we got to do. But you got to go to reliable sources to get the information you need on the subject matter that you're trying to learn or figure out, folks. So I'll land my plane right there, bro.
I agree with that, man. I mean, shit, that's part of one of my issues with why it was so easy. Even though I'm still here, I never completely left. But like, you know, Carbon, which she'll do from time to time, you know, she take a hiatus and kind of fall back. And I do that shit too. Whether I'm on a platform, hell, I do the shit from TikTok. I do it from Instagram. Cause at the end of the day, man, some people, and look, you know, like I'm an R&B lover, right? I love R&B. I love R&B, but I'm not mad at somebody who listens to country music. You know what I'm saying? Like it's or whatever, or reggaeton or calypso, whatever. You do what. By the way, what's up, girl, dad? What's going on, brother? Much love to you. Let me turn my shit on. I'm sorry, y'all. My bigger point is this. Look, man, I get it, and I had to go through that level of growth. If I'm not for you, because I ain't talking about a motherfucking tomato every time I turn on this shit right here, then I'm not for you. In the 2A community, if I ain't talking about these motherfuckers right here every time I come on, I'm not for you. I get it. It's other shit to do. Everything is all encompassing, man. And how do you really succeed at one without the other? So you got this big ass garden that somebody's sitting back looking, plotting on your ass, and you don't have the slightest clue how to defend it. What if you got all the ammo and all the bullets in the world and you ain't got nothing to fucking eat? What if somebody else who's scared of everybody got all the medicine, and that's the most likely shit to happen? They tucked away somewhere because most medical facilities tend to be more secure than some other shit that. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't give, you can't take. If you don't take, you can't give. We learn from each other, man. It's all encompassing. And I just get so exhausted from time to time with the experts.
Yeah.
New experts.
You didn't do it right. You didn't do it right.
Go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
Come and show me then. I said you do a video to show me then, since you know so much.
Right.
The keyboard bandits, we call them. Got a lot to say.
You have to learn to separate the wheat from the chaff. If you feel like it's not beneficial to you, move on, find somebody else, because we don't have a lot of time to play around with, and new people are going to come in. However they found prepping, they're going to be new at it, and until they get around a group of people to actually understand where they're at with it and start showing them how to do it, or telling them, or if they're good at taking in constructive criticism, they'll be better at it. But so much is being thrown at people at once. I'm not surprised that they pop up the way they do, because people are scared. They're like, wait a minute, they're unsure, like, what do we do? So you might see a video of somebody talking about something, but you don't do the extensive research because you don't know where to start. I know when I started, it was because of toilet paper and we couldn't find any. And I moved back to take care of my parents for a minute. So I was trying to stack their pantry up. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, you guys don't even have enough food. If we have to stay locked in for longer, we need to head on out. That's where my journey started. But when I went online, I didn't know where to look for preppers. I never even heard of a prepper.
Right.
And then as time go on, I kept putting in different, words like, storage, food storage, or stacking things, whatever the case may be. And then finally prepping. Somebody with prepping came on. It's either a cross between, it was the Angry Prepper or the Canadian Prepper that came across my timeline. And then from there, I just kind of looked at the chat, and there was other people that had prepping behind their name. So I started looking at them. And then it just created a bigger border community to me that I didn't know anything about, because it wasn't part of my lifestyle before. It wasn't until something happened that I became reactive and was like, wanted to know more of it. So when they do start talking about it, it's like, well, that's not right. But it makes me happy, because at least they're opening their mindset to something else. If they keep talking about it, they're eventually going to run into a group of people that's going to show them, hey, that's not right. This is how you do it. Mm-hmm.
You know what, Carbon? This to be a little bit more specific with what I'm talking about, that I'm running into across multiple platforms, and I'm just saying this so hopefully y'all can be more adapt and ready for it if and when you see it. So, and I'm gonna take TikTok for instance. There are people who, because before 2020, 2020 hadn't existed, right? So you have people much like yourself, like the story you gave. You got folks who they knew it, but it seemed too surreal. And it's like as things got back to normal, whatever normal is, that shit kind of went by the wayside. I'm sure Urban and Vision can attest to this as well, if you've seen it. The thing I'm running into now, there are people, especially on my other older channel, my other main channel, it's folks that will hit you up and be like, bro, I love the conversation. I love this. I love that. What do I do? What do I do? They freaking out because they remember 2020, but somewhere between 2020 and 2025, shit got so back to normal that they know how it can be. And now that they seeing signs of it again, they freaking the fuck out. And they looking for somebody to trust, somebody that they value their opinion, how they feel, what they think. I'm honored that folks, anybody, honestly, outside my wife, will value me in that regard. But I don't throw nobody away. But I start out with very basic questions. First, I say, I can't help you with that, but how many kids do you have? Are you married? What part of the country do you live in, if you don't mind sharing? Do you live in a colder climate, or is you down south? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people you trying to feed on a daily? These are real, very real questions that very real people are worried about, that they reach out in private and ask questions. I'm not finna judge them, and I guess they comfortable enough with that. But man, where this shit is right now, it's like there's nothing we can do about it, as you just said. But some of these brand new fly by night
experts,
they freaking people the fuck out worse than they would be freaked out anyway from what they can actually see happening, right? All I can do is the best I can do. So I'm just having this part of the conversation. So if and when you ladies encounter it and it come across y'all, all I do is be as patient as I can be with as much time as I have, like Carbon was saying, and try to
better you than me. So I gotta say.
Go ahead,
I'm not. And I told people that's why I took a break, because I was busy doing other things for the last now almost a month, doing different learning opportunities, like a mental wellness seminar and just getting some information. Because I'm like, I know, I hear what you're saying. It's like you get to a point when it's like, leave me alone. Because you're sucking, like you're trying to suck me, like trying to leech onto me, and you can feel that energy. I'm like, yeah, because there's so much resources. Why the hell are you coming to me? We all, like, I can guide you. We do lives, we do content. You know, there's information that we each put out, and we can refer you to people. But where are you? Like, Vision goes live 3 times a week. Where are you? You're not in the place of learning. You're not in the place to glean from people. You're not hearing from, you know, people who are wiser and better, but you want to suck onto me? No, ma'am.
It's instant gratification. Nobody wants to.
Yeah, I am.
It's instant gratification. You know,
I can't be having you sucking me dry. Then the emotional, mental strain. That's making me sick. I don't like people. How will they get me?
It's instant gratification. You know, we're used to just popping on and or go to your phone and everything.
And then you ask them for follow up. They didn't do diddly squat. They haven't even bought toilet paper. Sorry, honey. I don't got time for people like you. Because when you're serious about something, you can see certain behavior. They're serious about it. They're intentional. They're putting in the time. They're researching. They're not just sending out feelers to people. Can you help me? No.
Yep. Exactly.
Because there's people right here in this live and on this panel who provided a lot of free information, and they you know, host events and they're doing stuff that you can clearly connect to with other people, but you're not there because you don't want to be there. You want someone just to spoon feed you.
Yep.
And I don't have no one to be spoon feeding. I don't have a spoon. Sorry.
Yeah. Prime example. Somebody else send me a email or say something in the chat and they say, well, what kind of generator should I buy? And I'm like, one that works.
About Upis.
Right, one that works. I'm like, I don't know. What do you anticipate powering everything in your house other than the whole house? So if you want every light to come on and every socket to work, go spend somewhere between $12,000 and $15,000, if not more, and get you a Genrec and have them come install it on your house.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, did you say one that? Did you say
that
one
works? Exactly.
Yeah, it's survival.
Because if you watch his content, he's been sharing it, but no, it's not good enough. I want one-on-one. I want one-on-one. You know, tutelage.
Yeah.
It's
a lot.
Yeah.
But like sometimes people forget it's survival. It's not live regular. You can have a house.
Right. Now
you would be the biggest mark on that block. You know, you want to be able to still heat your water up, read something, you know, map out whatever it is you got to do, but quietly and very, you know, not in the limelight. If your whole house is lit up, I give you about an hour before
20 minutes maybe.
Yep. And that's, you know, and that's what I tell everybody. And then I get those that send me emails that say, this is what I want to power. This is actually the wattage of each one of my appliances. And see, that shows me right there that at least they're thinking and doing their homework. And those are the ones I'll say, oh yeah, you may need to get, you know, a 2,500 watt hour, 3,000 watt hour and 4. And then I'll give them recommendations. I say, I don't care what brand you get it. I don't even care if you buy it from one of my partners, just get one. And those are the people that I will go above and beyond to help because they've done, you know, enough homework to ask intelligent questions.
Exactly.
Hey man, I'm at a point where it's pretty much shit. Make sure you got some tampons and some coffee.
And out of those 2, I only need 1. So
only need 1. But you know what, Vision? We can barter the other.
I ain't bartering jack. If I don't know you and I know you got 7 boys and you come to my house asking for some tampons, I'm going to say you got about 5 seconds to get off my property. You just wasted 3.
Well, you damn, boy, them people done turned you rugged, boy. You done got jaded. Now, that's the shit I was finna say.
Tell them, Carvin, I'm not playing.
With people I know. with people I know,
Okay.
yeah. But even if I didn't know you, I'm the type of motherfucker. I go to a corner or somewhere. I go over to another town and sit in the back of the truck. And you don't want to spray up the shit that you plan on using, so you probably gonna approach me one on one, or at least try to get straight shots in, so you don't destroy all the shit you plan on stealing. Right? I'll be that motherfucker. I'll do that. But my
I ain't
point
even
is,
doing that. I ain't
hey,
even
look,
doing that. I ain't leaving my
oh,
house. I ain't leaving my family. And if I show up, I'm showing up with multiples. It ain't gonna be just me. I'm talking 15 or 20. We're gonna roll 3 or 4 Suburbans deep. And now what you got there, Billy? What you need?
Force
Plain and
coffee and
simple.
tampon. Coffee
Yeah.
and tampon. Uh,
There's something called-
look, I don't want people to lose faith, especially the people who I respect, who I've watched grow over these past couple of years. Now, Vision, I talk to him all the time. Vision ain't finna lose shit. He just gonna talk shit. But Urban,
Really? Oh, okay.
he gonna talk shit. Carbon, a lot of other people in different parts of the either gardening or community, which has begun to overlap. I don't want people to lose faith, but I do understand being frustrated with people.
Right. Right.
Burned out.
It's getting exhausted. And now that it's like we live in 2020.2.0 all over again, it's new for some, it's familiar for others, and if they worth it, meet them where they at. If it ain't worth it, fuck them, and don't feel bad about it, man. And I mean that shit, because you gotta afford yourself some grace too. Because if you trying literally so hard, look, a lot of people got good hearts, huh? Ain't you? Ain't you
Yeah.
got a good heart? And you out here wanting folk to get together and be together and wishing everybody got it and understood and can be okay. Man, fuck them. Everybody, the same way everybody don't get their driver license the first go round. Shit. The same way motherfuckers don't. You gotta fuck up bad to not get hired at Walmart the first go. You didn't make the cut, nigga. You just didn't make the cut. Fuck you. I'm sorry. You a detriment to me and everybody and everything I'm trying to build. I'm off the bullshit. I'm off the dumb shit. Look, I ain't trying to run nobody away with my language, but that's another thing, man. How the hell? So this is one reason why I'm more comfortable on TikTok. Huh? Over here on YouTube, everybody's so you got your pancakes. You so fucking delicate and sensitive and shit. I get it. I may be rough around the edges and have a rough mouth. How in the fuck do you sit on a platform talking about how you finna off somebody, how you finna do somebody dirty, planning for the worst, but the language offends you to the point where, oh, I can't listen to him. He say great shit. He give all kinds of facts and truth and this and that. But oh, the nigga just cuss too much. He's so uncouth. Nigga, fuck you. How you finna really go off somebody or defend your house in real life and this shit right here get your panties in a bunch or get your boxes in a bind? Man, you gotta take, look, they out there. You can find the ones who gonna cater to your every whim. They gonna sound just right when they supposed to sound just right. They gonna say just what they supposed to say. I'm not trying to come up here to be vulgar. I'm not trying to come up here to be disrespectful or defend nobody. Knowing good, same rules apply. Just like it was a time where I said I would watch my mouth, because I know people listen to me in their cars, in their house, while they watching their grandkids or kids. And I've always made a very concerted effort to be the most respectful man I can be. But if shit is really as bad as what we see it as being, nigga, how I'm talking your biggest concern, and you really finna squeeze off on a motherfucker? That don't make sense. Somebody kicking your patio door, what if they cussing while they kick that bitch in? You gonna scold them on that first and then tell them, well, now I'm finna get you.
Language, please.
Yeah, play. Come on. I'm sorry.
You're gonna put them in a timeout.
I'm gonna give it
Yeah.
y'all. Y'all go ahead.
Jars over there, please. Put your deposit in there.
It's a breakdown of civilized, civilization, if you want to, and that includes anything that might be offensive to you. If it does happen, you're dealing with people with mental health problems. You're dealing with criminals. You're going to be dealing with your average everyday person who's probably a good person, but now they've been starving for a couple days, and they're absolutely out of their fucking mind, and they're looking at you like it's you or me, and I'm fitting to live. I don't know what you're going to do. Like, you got to get past your head. At the end of the day, like, some people you're gonna have to be like looking at them a little different, like, hey, easy, easy, because I will put it in you. All right, and you have to get that shut it down side and go into it is what it is side. And
people are just too comfortable correcting everybody else. It's like, I guess if you're in face to face, fine, you're gonna be conscientious of the other person, fine. But online, it's like you can scroll. You can go to the next one. You don't have to stay here. And you don't have to tell me you left either. You could just leave silently. Right. I don't know why you have to announce your exit.
That part.
Like, just exit.
Like, are you here?
I left many a chat. Like, I don't have to tell. I'm leaving now. Click, click, click.
Right. But I don't know. It's a weird world we live in.
Yeah, it's like, people. Why do you have to be so like vocal?
Right.
I'm offended by not living.
I'm going to the next one.
Right. I'm offended by starving. I'm offended by not being
offended by offense. Like,
right.
Man, I'm just offended. Period. End of story.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't need a reason.
They're upset.
Right.
If you don't say hello, they're upset. If you don't say the right honorable, they're upset. If you don't say, oh, you're leaving out, okay, bye, they're upset. It's like,
exactly. I'm 97 years old. Right. I'm 97 years old. I can do and say whatever I want. And 99.999% it is polite. Yeah, Jay, you still younger than me. I got grandbabies your age.
He gonna jump over me, y'all. I turned 74 in August, and now this motherfucker want to be 97.
Yeah, I'll be 98 in October. I'll be 98. I got grandbabies, great grandbabies older than you. Great. Great.
Y'all hear this bullshit? I'm looking for a clip. And look, y'all know Vision full of shit. I'm over here looking for something. And it's a clip I want to play about how Texas life can be. It's something that happened down here. I can't find it right now.
Was it that game? Was it you looking for the game? You want me to send it to you?
Yes,
where y'all had to play the Ohio State University, that game?
This one. Boy, I tell you, boy, you let somebody win something one time, and that shit, they just...
One? We got multiples. Yeah. Tell him, Cole. Uncle Jay sitting here lying on me.
Give them an inch, boy. Give them an inch. They gonna take it. They gonna take it.
I sure am.
As you should, because it happens rarely.
No, please.
I'm looking for this clip, man, because I get it. Everybody ain't from Texas. Everybody don't live in Texas. But you would be surprised as to some of the... Well, now y'all probably wouldn't be. You could imagine, because we're not the only state that's like this. There are a few and far between, but I actually look for states that have reciprocity laws that fall in line with Texas as far as Second Amendment rights. And
Ohio?
When I travel,
Ohio?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. But when I travel, I'm looking for states to travel through to get me to Ohio that also share those same reciprocity laws. Because it's funny style out here, man. Could you imagine if between Texas and Louisiana, California was just in the middle of that bitch? Could you imagine? Like it get different. I can't find it, y'all. But anyway, that was an old dude. That was an old man. Oh, hold on, my bad. Older farmer. That was an older farmer who dude road raged him, but he was trying to pass, I get, because he had a cattle trailer with a calf in the back, and he was doing the speed limit. Dude got mad, sped around him, went all over in the ditch, sped around him, got in front of him, stopped the truck, cut him off, got out, finger pointing, and then reached in the back seat, which is very common down here, and grabbed the shotgun and walked back to his car. I wish y'all could hear the news interview. I can't find it right now, but the old man was telling them, first off, he was like, "I'm sorry, I was doing the speed limit," and you know what that motherfucker said? I have an appointment. I have an appointment I'm trying to get to.
Oh, he will get there, all right.
Had his pistol. Yeah, you got an appointment, all right, Urban. Yeah, you got an appointment, all right. That man could have did him in. I wouldn't want to fuck up my windshield either, so I would have just probably let my window down. Or, you know, a car window is cheaper than a windshield. They about the same depending on what kind of model you got. I probably would have tapped that motherfucker, because every Texan is different. Every person is different. If I see you exit your vehicle and advance me with a firearm, whether that bitch in the low ready, in this position, or you just got to throw it over your shoulder, I think you coming to do me harm, boy. I think you done got out your motherfucking vehicle, walked back to my vehicle to do me harm. But every state ain't Texas. Everybody got to move different. Everybody got to be different. I would have made sure you was still up in my headlights so I could see you. Now, would that have made things more complicated? Sure, but that's a chance I've been willing to take. I wish I could pull this article up, but before we get back to the panel and hear from Urban and hear from Carbon and Visual Preparedness. By the way, if anybody else want to come up, if you want some dumb shit, don't bring your ass up here. If you really want to have a real conversation,
things other people won't.
You more than welcome. But I'm gonna play this right here because this is and I'm not picking on Fox News because it's similar shit over here on over there on MSNBC. This is the biggest picture. This is what it's really all about. And with all the other shit going on, this is one of the biggest things in the news that ain't been talked about lately. Y'all let me know if you have any trouble hearing it. But I'm going to play it. Matter of fact, I'm going to play this shit twice. And then we're going to talk about it on the other side. I wish I could have got the video up, but we're going to work with what we got.
Say the hard things other people won't. We need to talk about raising the retirement age. By the way, I don't know why everybody's afraid of raising the retirement age. We're living longer, and we're working longer anyway. And nobody actually, retires and then goes and jumps on the hammock. Well, right? I mean, they're doing other stuff, and it's there you go. It's not for somebody who's been doing backbreaking work, but people who are sitting at their desks are working to 70, 80. We're living decades longer. That's an easy word not to do. In my view, and I hope I'm not insulting anybody at home because I love our viewers so much, but I don't think that's a tough one. I'll say the hard things other people won't. We need to talk about raising the retirement age. By the way, I don't know why everybody's afraid of raising the retirement age. We're living longer, and we're working longer anyway. And nobody actually, retires and then goes and jumps on the hammock. Well, right? I mean, they're doing other stuff. And so, there you go. It's not for somebody who's been doing backbreaking work, but people who are sitting at their desks are working to 70, 80. We're living decades longer. That's an easy word not to do. In my view, I'm not insulting anybody at home because I love our viewers so much, but I don't think that's a tough one.
This clip ain't personal. It ain't because it's Fox News. I just wish other grown folk come together and realize that's how that motherfucker really feel about us. These are two millionaires sitting on a daytime opinion show, and it could be argued whether that's really news or not. But certain acts have went by the wayside since 1981. Making a sound argument in their mind as to why the retirement age should be lifted. You know, you had 7, but I only want you to have 4 fucking years worth of work-free life before you kill all the way over, nigga. That's what I want you to have. These are all millionaires. You know where else I heard similar jargon, similar shit? Now, mind you, this is Maria Bartiromo on Fox News. You know where I heard some similar shit? The View. Hey, liberals. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Why Whoopi Goldberg got in trouble for saying that people should be paying more in taxes? Man, when these motherfuckers get y'all, and I'm saying y'all on purpose, not the panel. I'm saying everybody who gonna rewatch this shit. Some of y'all who listening right now, why do y'all get in y'all feelings and think any of these motherfuckers is on your team? Let me ask you this. When was the last time you made more than $2 million in a year? Huh? Huh? Oh, huh? That link in the chat, nigga. When was the last time anybody listening to me right now made more than $2 million in 1 year, and you over here listening to country dreaming?
Well, allegedly, back in the Bush ages, you know, the Bush years were very, very good to me. Allegedly. And that's why you're not never coming to Ohio. Because I'm not going to let you come up here and see everything I got.
Oh, shit. I thought he was finna say something. Y'all, girl,
no, I'm not.
Vision, Q, y'all go ahead. Urban, this motherfucker. I thought he was finna say some shit. Y'all go ahead, man. Please, indulge.
I got 3 cans of sardines and 4 bottles of water. Now, you want to come up here? If you want to come up here to get it, come on. I'll sit down and share it with you. We'll open it up and we can eat it with our hands.
Yeah,
that won't even suffice. Cole, never mind.
Right.
When you work for them. You work for them.
Football season.
Yeah. You work for them. The more they can make you work.
Go ahead, y'all.
I'm sorry. Okay. I was saying that when you work and they want you to keep working like that, it's because you work for them. You're working for their company. You're making them money, but you're taking away from your family, from your entrepreneurial skills. If that's the case, if you still want to work when you retire, open whatever business you want to open. Whatever skill sets you learn there and you want to apply to your own business, do that. But the more you stay in that system, you're just feeding the system. They don't want you self-reliant. They don't want you not working for them, because then they can't count your dollars. They can't count what you're doing with it, how you're getting it. It's just keeping you on that hamster wheel. Hopefully you go from birth, school, work, into the graveyard. Because when do you decompress from all those years of working or trying to raise your family? Again, another thing to keep you away from the family structure. Both parents are working. Who's raising the kids? It's so many craziness to what that lady just said, but it all made sense when she said they're millionaires. They don't have to worry about that. The average everyday person has to worry about that. Some jobs you need to decompress before you kick the bucket, because the stress level is so high. By the time you retire, your body goes into shock because it doesn't know how to just be natural. It survives in chaos. Half those people are dead. Now we're talking about our firefighters, we're talking about our police, we're talking about corrections officers, doctors, nurses, all these people that have those high-end stress jobs that are just crazy. And then they go into a state of not doing anything. They go into shock and they die, or their life expectancy, cuts drastically after retirement. It's a big thing. Divorce on jobs happen a lot because the parents aren't there. There's other people in their atmosphere that are spending more time with. Now this becomes normal. if people go for that or want to do that, you're crazy, because at 60 or getting older, you have earned the right to stay home and relax and do what you want to do. Some people don't have that because they're raising grandkids because their kids are either dead from drugs, shot from gangs, or whatever heck else is going on here. Like, they don't get a chance to relax or raise their family still, because they still got to be in that rat race, running that circle. And then on top of that, trying to take care of grandkids. I know I'm going into so many different things at once because it's frustrating. It is annoying. And like, I really just want to cuss when I get upset. It's because I'm very passionate about something. And I think it's such BS that we allow this to happen. Nobody likes the tariffs right now, but if it brings businesses back into the United States, that means there's opportunities for people to be entrepreneurs. It allows us to become less dependent on other countries for stuff that we need, so we don't have to go through these things. And I'm not even talking about me per se. I'm talking about my kids, my grandkids. They might not have to deal with this stuff because America will be in a position where it can maintain itself without any outside people having that option to say, hey, we're going to cut that off, or we're going to cut this off, or we're not going to give you this because you have to get it from us. Our medication we get from overseas. You know how many people are going to suffer from that? A lot. Diabetics, a lot of people, heart medication, all that stuff comes from overseas. It's crazy. We don't like it. Yes, this is the tough part. We got to tough it out until it gets better. Seize this opportunity. Get your kids into HVAC, plumbers, electricians. These jobs are so high paying right now because they need people to work this. Like, turn it around. Look at the lemon and make lemonade, please, because I don't want my kids to grow up in what we got to grow up in. Let them be better than us. And if that means taking this opportunity, as much as it sucks right now, and making it in the long run work out for our legacies that we leave, then that's what we need to do. That's just my thoughts on it. But I'm not working past 65.
I think 65 is too much. It's already too high as it is. But our
mindsets are different at 65. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Old people, that's your wisdom. They're supposed to be teaching generations where you can have someplace safe to drop your kids off, or say, hey, grandma, grandpa, we're going to spend some time. Whatever the case may be, it's a new world. It's new age. What's coming up, they might not have a grasp of that, but your younger people need some space to move and grow too. So yeah, let them go, let them retire. And then there's room for other people to grow if that's what they choose to. I don't know. I'm done.
Every country is trying to raise the retirement age. I've seen it. Here they tried it. That didn't go down. People were in an uproar, and some other places tried it as well. And you start to sit back and realize, what the hell am I doing? Number one. Number two is, most of us, if we're sit down and you do the numbers, start to calculate your numbers of what you want to retire on and what kind of lifestyle you want to live at 60 or 65, you realize, like, you really can't stop working at all. Even, like, the amount of expenses, the amount of how things cost, healthcare. If you need child healthcare aid, if you're disabled, all your money, all your pension, whether private or public pension, is going to be eaten up with healthcare. Let me just tell you that. Medication and they don't pay even the transport to get to your appointments. They don't cover. Like, there's a lot of things to be like, what the hell? Where's my money going? So my piece of advice is retire early. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your health while you have it. We're in this matrix where we believe that we have to follow this 60 and 65 rule. You don't have to have the most lavish life. If you plan accordingly in your youth and you work your butt off while you're young and you have that stamina, you can start to slow down, 30s and 40s. That's should be the plan. But we got to teach these kids, don't squander your youth on foolishness and all this stuff, and then you have nothing to show for it. Use your youth to build the plan so that you can slow down when you're older and your money's working for you. Because from what I'm seeing now, the homelessness is at an all-time high. People are losing their homes left and right. People can't care. There was one on the news, a couple that dropped off their elderly parents at some hotel and left them there. I don't know which state that was in, but they can't take care of them, and they just washed their hands of them. This is unheard of. But this is how bad it's getting. They can't feed themselves, so I can't feed you either. And you need too much care, dementia, whatever else. It's just too much. I can't deal with it. This is what it's coming to. So I think we need to go back to the beginning. The beginning is not what we're seeing now. The beginning is family structure, as was mentioned. The family structure. And everybody wants to go off and live on their own and be independent and do their own thing to prove that they can, whatever, instead of building on the family compound and working together and sharing and pooling resources. And that was like scorned. Oh, these immigrants do these. Those people. That's what works. Come together, pool your resources. All the elders can help watch the grandkids. You don't have to pay for external childcare, and your kids are not being abused in some daycare system, and everyone's caring for the aged, and you're all working together as a collective. That's what we need to go back to, because this system, this devilish system, is not for us.
Absolutely not.
We need to come out of this and go back to God's system.
All right. And that's what I was saying in the beginning when I said they work collectively together. We, as families, we have to start doing the same thing. Everybody's moving back to Big Mama house. Why? It's paid for. It has a lot of room, and everybody can help manage the bills, take care of grandma. But they have shelter, and they have, grandma's knowledge or grandpa's knowledge how to fix a car.
Social network for the mental health of everybody. Absolutely. So that as they go through life's changes, everybody's needs, the elders, the adults, and the kids' needs are being met.
Absolutely.
That's that. Look how much mental wellness issues that there are right now.
Right there, right? In one family structure. I'm telling you, it's a lot of things that are happening. We don't like it, but it's forcing people to go back to a certain type of lifestyle that we probably need to go back to, because what we've been doing is broken. It is absolutely not working. We need to take a couple steps back to move forward in yards.
I agree. And I'm gonna say this. One of the most hurtful things about my mama passing, by the way, shout out to all the mothers out here. Happy Mother's Day, y'all. I didn't say that shit preemptively, but here we is now. You know what one of the most hurtful things about my mama passing was? Not only the heartache, because I would listen to Urban. By the way, you see when you got grown folks up here, you see how you can go outdoors and shit and fuck with and do what you need to do and come back in here and know people ain't doing crazy shit on your live. That's why I fuck with y'all. Now, with that being said, one of the hardest things about my mama passing was some of the judgment that came along with it. We kept my mama at home as long as we could with just me and my wife. Her having to go into hospice care, in addition to being her oldest child and being the decision bearer twice of whether to pull the plug or not. Y'all been following me long enough. Y'all know I'm still fucked up. I still ain't over it, because that's some shit no child want to do.
That's right.
But as Urban just said, can you imagine having that compound? Like, because I grew up in one. That's what's so crazy about it being 2025, and none of my family really fuck with each other like that no more. But I grew up in it. I grew up, and I'm a part of the problem. I'm trying to be part of the solution. I know why I left my little small East Texas country town. I know why I didn't want to live in. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. I know why I didn't want to live in certain parts of South Dallas. Nothing against Pleasant Grove, nothing against Oak Cliff, South Oak Cliff, nothing like that. It's not that. It's just, damn, bro. I grew up surrounded by love and aunties and uncles and this and that. And the shit really started in their generation, where in order for you to be something, you had to leave everything you knew. If you grew up in the night, if your mom and dad and them was my age now or younger in the 90s, if you didn't look like Marcus on Boomerang and your goals to work in a corporate office and shit, it wasn't shit. Niggas working in the plant wasn't good enough no more. Tradesmen, carpenters, plumbers, truck drivers, you just weren't good enough no more. Everything was about that upper echelon of society, and that's one of the shits that pulled us away from each other, took away the family structure the way we knew it. I grew up in a household, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna shut up and get back to y'all in a minute here. I grew up in a household where on a typical holiday, even after my big dad had passed, just at their house, man, it was literally 45, 50 people on a given holiday. If you grandkids, nieces, nephews, family from out of town, motherfuckers sleeping on the floor.
Yep.
Fuck a hotel.
Right.
Man, you got a toilet, you got a refrigerator, you got lights and water, place to brush your teeth. You better sleep on that motherfucking floor, and that every couch full, every chair full.
Right.
And it's like, that's just what it was.
Mm-hmm.
They convinced us to not do. I hate that YouTube won't let me put up some of the prompts I want to put up right now. I'm gonna keep chipping away at it. I'm gonna keep working at it. You know what else they conned us out of? Let me tell y'all some shit real quick. I'm gonna give it back to you. Don't worry. I'm coming back to y'all.
Go ahead.
I talked about this over on the TikTok machine. Let me tell y'all something real quick.
That was some of the best cheese day and age. That government cheese can make some mac and cheese like out of this world.
Hey.
Oh man, that shit was fire. That shit was fire. And that's back when people remember that you had a bottom of the stove where the pilot came out on both sides like this. Man, you could slip 5 or 6 sandwiches under there at one time, let them sit for 1 minute, pull them out, flip them over, and then you got you 6, 8 grilled cheese in one sitting. But let me read y'all something, because I just want everybody to be privy. By the way, since I'm trying to get back in the YouTube algorithm, I don't give a fuck about y'all money. Don't send me don't worry about that. Share this live out. Share this live out so everybody can hear this conversation that we have and written out over here. Let me tell y'all something. For all the fuckery that's been going on, for all the mishaps and this and that and yada, 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 let me read y'all something real quick, family. This is the AI overview, your quick Google. While it's difficult to pinpoint an exact number, there are many brands of bottled water in the U.S. The market is highly concentrated with a few major players dominating sales. But a wide variety of brands are also available. The U.S. Bottled Water Operations Database, for instance, lists approximately 2,735 bottled water companies covering both distribution and manufacturing. Additionally, Consumer Reports list over 120 brands in their water quality reports. So it's over 2,000. Now, mind you, I grew up drinking out of motherfucking holes, man. I grew up drinking out the sink, bro, because the shit wasn't so bad that we couldn't even use. Anybody who paying a water bill, you know what you're using that shit for? To wash your clothes and your ass. You got 2 uses for something that's costing you $60 or $70 a month. Your clothes and your ass. All you using your domestic through the pipe, through the tap water for, unless you got pure filters, unless you got other kind of filters. I know my man got a reverse osmosis system, but goddamn, you got to pay on top of something. You done paid on top of something to pay on top of something for the shit to be humane. Ain't that a bitch? So I'm going somewhere. Y'all stick with me real quick. You mean to tell me for all the social issues, for everybody, not that it ain't happening, because it's real. Everybody to fight for race, everybody to fight for this, all the shit to get thrown out at you, the hardest, the fastest, or this or that. It's motherfuckers getting fact in the United States of America, from California to Carolina, motherfuckers ain't got clean drinking water no more. Huh? That's one of the most basic shits you need to go out and fight the good fight. Your ass plan on fighting, nigga. You ain't even got no clean drinking water without buying. Who? My God, my God, my God. Mm-hmm. Who done really got okie doke? Who done really got okie doke? Is it us? Is it them? Is it the people that you can't tell shit? Is it that cousin that don't want to hear nothing about nothing serious? Is it that auntie or uncle that feel like they know everything? Who the fuck is it? Why can't we get past this point? What for all the L of humanity? God, you know what I care more than Trump? I know he bringing white folks over here, South African. You know what I care more than Trump? Clean drinking water. You know what I care about what Biden did in the last part of his administration? You know what I give more about than Carl? You know who I care about more than Jasmine Crockett? Do you know who I care about more than what Bernie Sanders? Any fucking politician? A drink of fucking water. Now it's cool right now because you still got access to it. Wait till your ass is in a position where you really hunting down and looking for some clean fucking drinking water, baby, which is coming. Mm-hmm. If everything else been on the table, why can't that be? Barry raised the cup and said the shit was. Barry did this in 2012. He hit a vision preparedness. You know how vision preparedness be fucking with me, and he do a dad sip and he turn that shit aside.
That's right. Hey, see, since you know, you
yeah. He did it in real time. He did it in real time. That shit right there. Barry did that shit back in 2013, 2020. I don't know, whatever the last part of his life. When will look? I don't count on them. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna say right now? Fuck them. I don't care. I care about the people who already get it. No new friends. I'm not looking for new friends. I don't want y'all to look for new friends. We passed the convincing stage. Anybody who you encounter, whether they in your family, in your life, even if they a fucking spouse, if you got to fight day in and day out to convince these motherfuckers of where the world really is, I'm going to leave that up to you. But I ain't looking for them. I'm looking for you. That you, my community. You, my people. You, my family. I'm kind of getting in my feelings because I want to say some other shit real bad. I know when it's time to pull back. I'm going to give it back to y'all, family. Please, go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all got it.
I think we just got to stop forcing square pegs into round holes, and we'd all be better for it because we're getting ourselves frustrated, and some people just don't get it, and they're not there yet. So let's leave them where they're at and just keep it moving and find your people and keep doing what you need to be doing, because I don't know about you, but I'm finding the same problem. It's like, and then they want to know what you're doing. And it's like, and I said, why am I telling you anything that I'm doing? It's not encouraging you. It's not getting you to do anything yourself. And all I'm doing is disclosing what I'm doing and then leaving myself open to have information be out there in the streets of what I'm doing. So no thanks. When you're actually doing something, then we can start to have a conversation about it. When you're actively involved in doing something. And they're like, I'm like, yeah, that's how it is right now. I'm not divulging information and doing all like, you're not here. We're not in the same lane right now. That's okay. You do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do. And when we connect, we connect.
It was funny, like, with the water situation. When it happened in Michigan, like something should have been sent out where everybody needed to start checking their water pipes, making sure it's up to par so that it doesn't happen. Then again, it happened again. What was it? North Carolina? I think it was North Carolina. It happened again there. And it's like sometimes like I sit back and I be like, why don't we pressure these people to check those things? Like, well, this happened here, it happened here. What does ours look like? We want you to let us know, your Congress, whoever it is that you're dealing with, check our water system. Is our water system good? Is our pipes good? Do we have anything running through our pipes? And have them, give us that information. We kind of just sit back and we go, oh, that's so messed up. We deal with it emotionally for like 2-3 days and then it's on to the next thing. We don't stay and actually make them do their work. When are y'all fixing this? How are we fixing this? And then you're still charging people for water bills.
Isn't that Jackson? Is that still going on in Jackson?
Mm-hmm. Which is, it's insane to me, but why wouldn't they do it? Because we kind of allow it. We don't really
fight back enough to make them scared to not do those kind of stupidity. Because how are you paying a water bill? You're not giving me water.
Yeah, like
I'm getting sludge.
I can't drink the water anyway. So how are you charging me for this? But at the end, I don't know. It's a weird place to be. The world's definitely crazy, but I agree with you with the
square. Your money's tied up with that. You can't buy what you need to be buying and buy filtration that you need to buy because your money's tied up paying into the government system that is not helping you.
Mm-hmm. You should have something filtering your water regardless. A pitcher, I forgot what the heck the thing is called. I have a Berkey. Some people don't like it. Listen, it works for me. I don't have any problems with it. Add some baking soda to your drinking water if you drink bottled water to bring up the alkalinity in it so it becomes better. Boil water, can water. If you to cut costs, you can can your own water. Filter it, put it in one of those. They have big mason jars if that's what you want. Yes, it's heavy. Yes, it's gonna require a lot of room, but if the prices are too high for you, you can start there. There's always a way into prepping, which is very minimal. 99-cent store is a great place to go look for some things to start your prepping journey on. Look at the items. If it looks cheap, then it probably isn't going to last a whole long, but they do have other things there that are pretty decent that you can use.
And water is I was watching this documentary. It was just actually quite horrifying. But if you think it's just like, chlorine in your water, you're sadly mistaken. I'll just leave it at that. So you need to make sure that you're filtering water. It's medications. It's, bodily stuff. It's all kind of stuff that's going into the same water source. You need to really boiling your water is only part of it. You need to be having a filtration system. It's disgusting.
Hell
so do your research and find out. You'll find out.
I don't mean to cut you off, Urban. Please pick up where you left off. I went and grabbed one of these just so I can show y'all something. Because I don't talk about this shit. I live this shit. Everybody on this fucking panel live this shit. Ohio Valley Prepping, welcome in.
What's going on, bro?
I'm gonna take this shit out the cellophane. So we got this shit right here, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something because I noticed a lot of people opinions changed on Berkey. I wish I had one of them hoes. I wish I had a Berkey. I didn't get it when the getting was good, and I ain't got now. So I'm doing everything in my power to get a generic version of everything that a Berkey is because
they rebranded. They rebranded under a different name.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see this shit right here, this Life Straw? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna be a little bit more graphic than what Urban was being because she's very much a lady. Very demure. I'm not. Man, it be all kind of shit in that water. You think you finna just take your ass down to a creek and get a 5-gallon bucket and scoop that shit out? Man, this shit in there, it's a whole ecosystem in that shit. the shit if you want to raw dog it, it's shit in there that's having kids. It's a whole colony. Like you can't even, they got a whole government and infrastructure and shit. Somebody 17 years old, like you drinking shit from upstreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I have never in my life, when it scooped up something, I said well water. I give it the well water. When we were little and I had a well, before all the fracking, before all the shit is what it is now, we grew up on well water. And the worst you could do is throw a frog or a turtle out that shit and keep drinking. And I'm still here. I'm still alive. Nowadays, it's different. I said that to say this. I don't give a damn if it's through a life straw, unless I have to. I don't care if it's through a Berkey, unless it came through a pre-filtrated system. I don't drink nothing I ain't boiled. At some point, that shit get boiled. And it down, and then I run it through whatever. For all my people out here who got dehydrated food, cabinets full, closets full, sheds full of dehydrated food, what you gonna sit there? You gonna spit on it?
Facts.
What you finna do without water?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do without water? Water is that defense, and literally, I never thought I would say it. I'm gonna put first aid after water because you might want to clean a wound. Water is so fucking crucial, and everybody's sleeping on it. And we live in a society, in a world where we have been convinced to not even talk about the fact that we not being provided clean water. You know what's been a bigger conversation since 20, I'm gonna go to 18 to 25. You know what's been a bigger argument? YouTube, do what you will. I meant to monetize this one. I ain't did it yet. I'm gonna go back and monetize this motherfucker. Whether a man is a woman or not. Sorry if I offend anybody. I love everybody. You can fuck whoever you want to. That ain't my business. I don't get in grown folk business. But that has been a bigger point of conversation over how many states, municipalities, parishes, and counties have clean fucking drinking water.
Facts.
If anybody thinks I'm lying, please, the link is in the chat. Bring your ass up here and tell me where I lie. What's going on, Miss Jones Truth?
Miss Jones.
Welcome in, Miss Truth. I'm just waiting to hear where I'm lying at. Of course, racial issues are important. Racial inequality, understood. I done lived with the shit my whole life. I didn't let it stop me, but it is hard. It's unfair. Comes with a lot, but yet we prevail. We survive. These motherfuckers talking about what is a man and what is a woman. Can a man be pregnant? Like years spent on this shit, but them same people don't never make solid arguments why we ain't got no clean fucking drinking water, man.
Yep.
It's an okie doke, baby. It comes from both sides. Meanwhile, you don't realize that if you were born in the fucking, most of y'all old, look, I get it, I'm an old man. I'm gonna be 74 years old this August. But let's just say and pretend I was a Gen Xer. Let's say I was born in the 70s or some shit. There you go. If you born in the 70s, man, it ain't no way in hell you didn't drink tap water out the sink or drink out the hose, or you might have been one of the nasty bitches that'll take a sip out the swimming pool to see what it tastes like. Nasty ass. But you could do that back then. Now, people literally have a whole nother expense because the average family of four is spending anywhere from $100 to $120 in bottled water a month. Look it up. And that's on the low end. I'm done. I'm gonna stop right there. Please, y'all go ahead. Call me, baby. Go ahead. The floor is yours. Anybody else want to jump in? Go ahead.
I agree with you. Water is super important. Consider that the human body is made up of between 60 to 70% water. That's your kidneys, your liver, your blood, breast tissue, whatever. There's so many important parts of your body that requires water. If you don't have any to drink, can you imagine what's going to happen to you? Your brain needs water to think clearly. So it is a very important.
Right. I got you, Carl.
Like, if you understand why you need it for your body just alone, besides cooking, besides all that stuff, you would do what you have to do to get you some water and keep it safe. Dan H is crazy, but yeah, I hear you. Water is important, and if they have control of our water, what do you think is going to happen? They have control of you. Get thirsty enough.
Facts.
Yep. I have to even have a filter on my outdoor hose because I was seeing the effects on the plants, and they weren't producing as much as they should. And then I realized it's definitely the water. So all that crap in your body, the plants aren't responding back very well either. It's a problem. We hear about it, we become mute to it because it's water. But you need to really invest in a good filter. Yeah. Some of the health issues that we're having is definitely from the water because you're taking things that you don't realize they're taking in your body. The children are getting a lot of skin issues and so forth. I had a issue a couple of years back, same thing. The water was burning my skin. The chlorine giving me eczema and all kind of discoloration. You need to take it seriously. And at the same time, I don't know where each of you guys live, but you have to be willing in some sense to kind of break rules and break laws. If you can't collect water, just do it more discreetly. Because you can't tell me I can't collect rainwater. Absolutely. You don't have a patent on copyright on no rainwater, so you can't tell me what to do. That's just my opinion, allegedly, but I collect both and do what I have to do.
That's right. Sure I water. As you should.
Absolutely. We can't be rule followers all the time. How we're trained to be rule want to follow law and order and be respectful, but in some senses, you're gonna have to be like, screw the law, screw your bylaws. I have to. If it's infringing on my right to survive, then you need to make better decisions for your family.
It's free from the sky. You're charging me for it. Why can't I collect it on my own? Some rules are just meant to be broken. That is what
right.
So, right. Do what your conscience guides you, but don't feel that you have to follow these rules.
Yes. No, go ahead, Urban. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying, I know for me, I've been programmed, and I had to break from the programming, and it's like, I will break the rules. I'll lie when it benefits me in certain senses, but not as an immoral act. But if it's my survival, my food, my water, my right to live, autonomously and have my right to my own body and my home and my property, then I will allegedly bend some rules because your laws don't make sense. And the air rights and you don't own anything that's on this earth. It was provided for us if you believe in God. So how dare you patent and copyright and infringe on my rights to enjoy what I'm entitled to enjoy? And I think rainwater is for everybody. You can't tell me I can't collect it. It hits my roof. I gotta have a roof that I have to insure, but I can't collect it. No, sorry. I can't have chickens. Really? Okay. I can't have quail. Oh, really? Okay. Just be discreet.
And that's one of the. Be discreet, baby. But that's one of the most obscene and absurd rules that's on the books that's not being enforced yet. And I say yet because hell, it's still a reckless eyeballing law on the books down here in Texas.
I still can't believe that.
Technically, by law, look at a white woman right in her eyes, and if any person who look like me better step off the sidewalk, any white person is passing by. Now, they not enforcing that shit now, currently. But my thing is this. I'm going to go back to the rain. I believe the good Lord gave rain to all of us. How can any other man or any other woman tell me that God's good rain can't be good for me or good for my stomach unless you've been fucking with it and manipulating it and you don't want no potential lawsuits, which might be one issue. I'm just I don't know, for shits and giggles, I'm saying that. The other part is there's no good have y'all ever looked these laws up in your own states to see? Because you may not have known it. There's a very kind brother. I don't want to say his name because he ain't in here to defend himself, but he in Florida. And he argued me down one time that it ain't no laws that you can't do that. And I was like, bruh, yes, it is. They just not enforcing it. That being said, you know what don't accommodate none of these laws? A good reason as to why they exist. There is no reason that makes rational sense of why I can't be here in Texas and collect my own rainwater.
That's
There
right.
is no reason why you can't be in Hawaii and collect your own rainwater, or Hawaii, or Toronto, or Georgia, or anywhere else. How you gonna suspend me from something? That's like saying you not allowed a breeze. Exactly. I know it may sound a little funny. Could you imagine somebody writing a law saying you're not allowed to feel a cool breeze? It's the fucking equivalent, man. It's something that nature provides that some other human being has decided we or certain people shouldn't have access to. Now, for all the shit that people a bunch about, some of it rightfully so, but for all the shit that people mad in their feelings about, you know what motherfuckers still ain't mad about the most? You got Obama first one, Obama last one. You got Trump in 16. Then you got Biden. And then you got Trump again. God damn, it can't be that many. Hold on. 2008. Hold on. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Well, I'll be damned. You really do have 20 years. You got 20 years of motherfuckers not having clean drinking water. And all this new shit keep popping up. And then the other half don't even realize that in their own states, it's illegal for your ass to catch fucking rain. And you think that somebody can't implement a law that's already on the books whenever they fucking get ready? On my other platform earlier.
That's right.
I can't speak for Canada, but in the United States, did you know how hard laws could go? When I say laws, I mean law enforcement. Did you know that in almost every state in the union, you're supposed to turn on your indicator at least 100 feet before the turn?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that
I
that's
make sure I try to know as much laws as I can so that I know how to follow them, because I know it's up to the officer to pick and choose when they want to enforce it. And that's the unfortunate thing. So I have to make sure I know as much as I can, because if I don't signal or whatever, all of a sudden I'm being pulled over. And before you know it, I'm in a whole pile of doo-doo because somebody decided that they want to make a point, make an example. So, but yeah, that's the unfortunate truth. And I don't know how people arguing down if they haven't looked it up themselves, because this is all right. It's all in black and white. It's all in ink. Yeah. So they can clearly look up the law and see it's there. And it's one of those old, big old thick textbooks. It's all there. But reading is not fundamental anymore because people just, they can't Google schmoogle. Oh, it's not there. It's no those books are what laws are, the active laws. Unless it's been removed and no longer active, that law can still be applied to when they want to. So you need to know.
Yeah. Y'all got it, family. Look, it's 5:16. I'm probably gonna go to 5:30, maybe 5:45 or quarter till. Look, I'm loving this. It's been a long time. What's up, Tuba Chat? What's going on, bro? I got to do better by getting over here more often. I went live a couple of times last week. Was supposed to go live over the weekend, but hashtag Mother's Day, life happens, shit happens.
No problem. No problem.
I'm definitely coming back.
Be ready. Just have your essentials in order. Have your essentials, because water is something. If you're starting to watch from even 10 years ago, and all these water rights and all these little laws that are coming into effect. They're setting the scene, diverting water, diverting underground water pathways. Other countries are, you can't do this, that, but then they're allowing other companies like, beverage companies to come into Hawaii and other countries and divert water to what they need to pump out this junk food. But those who have actual rights and are indigenous to the land are not being respected, and their treaties are not being respected. You need to take a note of all this. It's not just over there and over there. It's a global agenda, and it's going to affect all of us. If you don't have water, it's a problem. We cannot survive more than 3 days without water.
3 days.
You can't mix your baby formula. You can't water your plants. You can't feed your animals. There's a lot of effects of water. So you need to take that very seriously.
Yep.
And fight for your access for water. That's not something you should ever get tired of fighting for, and for your children, your grandchildren, fighting for your water rights and access to water. It's a human right that the Americans, I think, in the UN did not vote for food and water to be a human right. To watch how your people are voting in these international spaces, because they're sending you a message.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Girl, you made me want to say something. I'm gonna let y'all jump in before I say this shit about this hearing that happened back last summer that nobody seems to remember. That was a collective effort about the uniting of the world and shit, but don't nobody remember that. Ain't nobody talking about that shit and our rights and how we finna have to shit. Girl, look here. Let me. I'm gonna get to it. Y'all go ahead. Carbon, VP.
No, I think you should continue with that.
Okay, so that was a hearing that happened several months back. I want to say it was last summer. Earlier than that, it was more like springtime. So while everybody else was BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy, and which was a bop. Everybody was listening to that shit, and They Not Like Us and all of that shit last summer, because that was a summer bop. You know what else was popping? Them folks had a conference, a meeting in one of their important places, one of their special places, and they said, "Look here, what we need to do to eradicate and fix all this shit, we got to come together as a world. We need to come together as a world." I already have a problem when people use words like "we," because I'm quick to ask a nigga, who the fuck is we?
Who's we?
Who is
right.
we? Who the fuck is we? Your we and my we is two different y'alls. You feel me? So, this agenda was on the books. It's documented. It's recorded. It had world leaders from all various different nations and shit. But that go under people's radars. See, that's the kind of shit I talk about. That's one of the things I love about the old ticky-tacky machine. And fuck it. Look, I don't know. I'm about to slap my Cash App on this bitch or something, because I'm not going to be able to monetize every one of these videos. And I don't even give a fuck no more. If we can talk for real, and we can have until they take this bitch down, fuck it. I'll go out swinging. Somebody show me enough love to get me a pressed ham sandwich and bottle of water and some sardines and shit or something before it's all over with, because people don't talk about that enough. It's so I almost start focusing on others. I ain't worried about what other people doing. I'm gonna do me, and we gonna talk over here, and we gonna talk for real, and we gonna talk shit that make other people uncomfortable, not for the shock value of it, not for this. It's just, I mean, damn. I've been there too. You can only go along. Oh, look at her. Look at her. It's
all right.
It's like a look at like a little Ewok. Raise her.
It's a boy. He got an attitude. He want to go for his walk.
He feisty. He ready to go for his walk. Well, look, I ain't gonna hold you, Carl. I know you got to move around, got other things to do. But back to that other part of what I was saying, real quick. This whole conference that happened, they got together. They said, "Look, man, the world's going through this, going through that. All of y'all world leaders decided that, you know what, we should probably just kind of come together and do what's greater for the global humanity." I'm gonna get into that deeper on another live, baby, because we ain't even close to being through to talking about that summit.
Facts. That's right.
Yeah. Thank you, Happy Mac. Man, Happy Mac, boy, y'all got me where I'm finna shit. Thank you, Happy Mac. I appreciate you, family.
Awesome, Happy Mac.
Unlike Vision, Vision balling out and shit.
Nope.
On my end, they
nope.
some poor folk in the
nope.
world. So
no, sir.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna have to get over here, and even though I may be speaking truth to power and shit, I don't know. Look, this economy, man, everybody on the verge of selling ass. We all 2, 3, 4 paychecks away from just flat out selling ass to get by, to pay Netflix, to pay all the other
Lord
shit
have
that's
mercy.
going on.
What happened to your email course?
He dumped the email course.
Sending and receiving emails.
Yeah, Urban. He dumped that and he started an OnlyFans page.
Only knees, right?
Yeah.
I ain't got no shit. Not yet, but it's coming. It's coming. I'm just glad. That's right, Happy Mac, for 30 cents. Nope. See, the only thing wrong is the 99. Nope, it's $37 even, because I don't want to do people like that. Look, if anybody do still have my email and you want to bless up on me, let me tell you something, man. First off, I'm going to start out with the fact that you're going to get these free AOL DVDs that I will send you. All you got to do is put them shits in your heart and put them in your hard drive, load them, and you get 100 free hours of AOL. That's one. For two, if you don't, a lot of people don't know what spam is or why people send you spam. I'm gonna show you how to delete spam, but this is why my class and my course is so important. I'm gonna show you how to go over to your spam folder and retrieve certain informations and items that are actually important that you was looking for in your spam folder. See, everybody ain't gonna do that. But I'm going to teach you how to retrieve stuff from your spam folder. I'm going to tell you how to get rid of the rest of it. I'm going to send you 100-hour disc of free AOL service. And what else am I going to do if you just pay in full for the 30 cents? Oh, by the way, those are administrative fees. The actual course itself is free. You only paying for the administrative fees for me to, do whatever. But anywho, what time is it? What time? It's 5:26. 34 more minutes. I'm gonna let y'all have y'all way. If anybody want to come up, I'm gonna drop the link. I got to go at 6:00. If any of y'all have to drop down, y'all been rocking with me, hanging with me this whole time. Go ahead, Carmen. Carmen, you got to go walk that baby, don't you?
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Ma'am, turn your mic on.
I was trying to keep it quiet. Oh man, yeah. Just have a plan. I agree with what Urban said. As far as your water, just apply yourself to the knowledge. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. Vet the people that you're watching. Also pay attention a lot in the chats because a lot of great information is in the chats. Some people don't want to do YouTube. They don't want to be seen, especially when you're in a prepper type of lifestyle. They kind of like to keep certain things private, but they will share information in your chat. So pay attention to ask questions. I'm telling you, ask a question. It'll take a few minutes, but somebody's going to answer it eventually or direct you to check out this video. They did the video on that. You can go see what it is. It is a lot of networking that you can do on and off of social media. There's events like Vision is having an event. There's a couple other people that are having different events. Get you some books.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. That's a good book. That is a good book.
Great book. And a book, especially if you're new, a book could help you set up your plan because it'll break everything down that you should be paying attention to and what you may need. And then there's going to be things in it that may not apply to you, so you can disregard that. Still skim over it because you never know when you're going to need something. But it is books are good for gardening. 2A stuff, but 2A you should do hands-on and get some actual training. There's bushcrafting. There's so many different things involving prepping that you can learn if you have some time to just sit down and go through a book, read it, get a gist of it, and then you can always go into a chat and ask some questions like, what do they mean by this? And, how do you apply that? Or, just open yourself up to different communities. You can sit there and learn. There's a lot of people that sit in the bushes and just learn from listening and watching people do other stuff. So, if you don't prep, start prepping today. Cans of food, medical, get some skill sets. Bushcrafting is a great skill set to have. I think it's a little bit underrated because when everything is no longer available, you can go out into the forest and still make stuff shake and still take care. You can get food, clothing, you can get shelter, all from being inside out in the bushes. So yeah, open yourself up to it, get some training, and get it done. Thank y'all.
I agree with that. I know you gotta go.
Don't leave yet, Carbon.
Go.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, y'all,
I know you gotta go.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, VP.
I was going to say, by the way, folks, go check out Carbon Q's channel. See, so there's a reliable resource right there. Okay, go look at her channel. Go through her playlists. Watch the videos. Find what you need. And if you like what you see over there and you're not subscribed, subscribe to her channel. Plus, leave a comment after you watch the video just to say, hey, thank you. This is exactly what I was looking for. Because YouTube hates all of us and everything helps.
Absolutely. Especially when you're talking about 2A prep gardening and stuff like that. Whenever you come across somebody that is putting out some good information, share them out because those channels are heavily suppressed in your algorithms. But if the 50 or 40 people share that live out, they can't suppress it. It's going to get out. Somebody else is going to see it. It's free. It doesn't hurt you to do it. Jump in there and just share it out so other people get on board.
Yeah, I agree. What's up, Jay Miller? And I ain't bullshitting. As soon as you said that shit jumped. It dropped by 6. That shit was at 30 and dropped to 24. As soon as you said that, I just want to say that y'all. I gotta let Carbon Q go first. I want to thank you, my sister, for being a part of the conversation and taking the time to come over. Y'all, she very humble. And I want to say this before she go because she got to take the pup out though. I have reached out to Carbon Q. I just want to say this to her while she up here. I have reached out to her and via email, and I said, Carbon, I think we might be close to where you at. April, we moving and shaking, we doing things. And first off, it's only the second or third time somebody done responded to me with like, ugh. And I had to see because it was like EWWWHH. And I was like, ugh, damn, let's say ugh. She said, ugh. And come to find out, she said, I know y'all country, I think you and your wife smell like outdoors.
I know
And I
you
was
lie.
like, well,
I
damn,
know you
Carl.
lying
Would you
right
tell him?
now. Better ask God for forgiveness. 'Cause
Exactly. Lightning is getting ready to strike him.
Nope,
look, everybody slide over. He about
nope,
to get hit.
Exactly.
nope.
Mhm.
We were gonna
No, I
take
get it.
we were gonna
It
take
would have
her to
been you
dinner
alone,
and
not April.
everything. We were
Somebody
gonna
else
take
here
her to
lie
dinner.
again. You're lying.
I did not. I would
I,
never
I would
say
never, Urban. I would never. But yeah, she said she didn't want to meet us in person because she don't really move like that, and we look like we smell like outdoors. And what she didn't know before she refused our invitation, she didn't know that we were gonna take her to buy a lovely cardigan as well as a free meal. But she didn't want to fool with us because she said we look like we smell like outdoors. So
it's not
I
telling
guess
the
we'll
truth.
just stay outside. But anyway, we love you, Carmen. We
I
love
love
you, girl.
you too. Absolutely. I love y'all too. Don't
Take care,
trouble
Carbon.
All right, fam.
me. Thank you for having me. Y'all stay ready. Get ready, stay ready. Bye everybody. Urban,
Yes,
see you later.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Bye, Carbon.
All right, fam. Take care, sister. So y'all think I'm just lying on Carbon Q? Y'all think I'm just lying
Yes.
on Carbon Q?
Yes.
Oh, there he go. Yeah, I'm sure
That's right.
Urban agree with you.
She
Okay,
will,
because I ain't gonna
because
say
it's true.
what happened when we flew into Toronto and tried to reach out to her, but whatever.
Ah, you something else, bro.
No, I'm just,
Mhm.
I am. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live because
But supposed to let Vision announce the
the
meetup, remember?
Oh yeah. I was yes, I was getting to that part. But
Okay.
I just want to leave enough time for you to be able to stick around and for VP to be able to stick around for a minute.
I got you.
But yeah, VP, what you
So,
got coming up, bro? What you
so
got
we
coming
got
up?
Bug Out Weekend coming up. Matter of fact, it starts this coming Thursday, 15th through the 18th here in Ohio. And we got a bunch of folks coming together, like-minded, to learn some skills, test out gear, and just fellowship, network of like-minded people coming together for the greater good. And this is our third year doing it. So it's going to be good. We got some great classes coming down the pike. Some great people from all over the country and out of the country. So I'm looking forward to it. But
Hey,
and
for
it's
3 years,
100% free. It's free.
all
So
people had to do was what?
all they had to do was register. Registration's closed now because it is full. Our website, visionpreparedness.org, and you could have registered and signed up and come spend an amazing 4 days with like-minded people from all across the country. I see folks in the chat that's coming. That'll be there. Dan H., Ohio Valley Prepping, Sister Marie's Kitchen, a whole bunch of folks. But it's going to be a good time. And we're going to learn a lot. We're going to teach a lot. We're going to talk about a lot. So, and hopefully, Lord willing, and the world is still intact, we may have one this fall, Bug Out Weekend this fall in October. So
That's
there
a
it is.
beautiful thing, and I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you.
I almost want to say something. I'll get to it after the fact. I'm gonna check with Vision first. I'm gonna check with Vision first because I almost want to
didn't
say
do it.
something. But no, you didn't do it. It was me. It was life. It was circumstances. we'll get into it. You know, I just want to say, man, for everybody there, for everybody going, yes, this might be his 3rd year, and I think he does deserve an award.
Nope.
You know, that damn Dan H, man. It's something about him. I don't.
Go ahead.
Fucking Dan H, man.
You got my permission.
You said good. Okay.
Go ahead. You got my permission.
So, all right. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
For those who don't know, for everybody who didn't see the last live, life never stops lifing for none of us. We actually, and this is something me and Vision been talking about and working on for months. And I will say this: he's more than a gentleman. Even for a northerner, he a good man, and he went above and beyond to make sure that April and I would have everything we need, either via flight or be a drive up with as much gear as we could bring. If y'all saw the last live, we've been having a lot of shit going on, and life happens, and you got certain shit you go through as a family and so on and so forth, and we won't be able to make it this year yet again to Bug Out Weekend, but that was definitely the plan. That was definitely in the cards, like, for a long time. But some circumstances a bit more serious kind of came into rearing their ugly head, so to speak. So damn it, Vision, I guess it's gonna be on you. When you see him, you give Dan H, dap him up, and give him a big hug for me, and tell him this from country.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely,
and I wish
bro.
I could do it in person, but you know the details, you know the ins
I
and
do.
outs and yada yada. But yeah, life is
Life
life,
be
man,
lifing.
and life don't
Yep.
never quit. So it does.
Nope.
What's up, Precious Pieces? Y'all, everybody that's gonna be in attendance, I'm looking forward to y'all being there. And I hope you support, I hope you do everything you can do, learn what you can, teach what you can teach, because we all really need it right now. We really, really do. So it was my plan to pop up and just be there. Just creating chaos and causing havoc for a whole weekend. And didn't work out like that. But here we are. And we're gonna be all right in spite of. And for real, look, one of the biggest points about Bug Out Weekend, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. This shit right here is before I can't even look. The shelf life is real, ladies and gentlemen. This shit is from the mid 2000s, and if you crack it open and break that seal, it's edible. It works. It's effective.
Yeah.
It's good. This goes back to how for some people this is a facade, a pastime, a trend, versus those who this is a lifestyle for. And for those who this is a lifestyle for, we take it seriously. We stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Whatever new pop up, we talk about that, plan for it, anticipate it, prepare for it too. And We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
Facts.
All I can say is find some people in your life, in your circle, in your space, in your group, in your whatever, with some fucking sense. Find people with sense. It's a lot going on in this world. It's two things that ain't never went away, because all the powers that be can forever use that against us. The parts that's true, the parts that's exaggerated, the parts that's flat out lies, and so on and so forth. With some of the shit happening in this world, I don't give a damn if they black, white, Mexican, Tejano, Middle Easterner, Filipino, from Budapest, wherever. If they got some fucking sense and they good people, I would encourage you and anybody else to latch on, don't let go of, hold on tightly for dear life to all of them people who got some fucking sense. Because America going through some shit. The world going through some shit. And it's going to get worse before it get better. And if the adults don't come in the room and we don't look out for each other and take care of each other, they plan works. They, whoever the fuck they is, they plan work. Immigration. I talked about, and I'm gonna keep this shit solid. I talked about white Africans coming in from South Africa earlier on another platform. I did talk about that. And I'm gonna talk about it again. I talked about other shit. That's immigration right there. Racism. Racism ain't never went nowhere. It's a real thing. These are two staples of this country: racism and immigration. It ain't that they haven't went away because things haven't gotten better in some regards, and in some regards things haven't got worse or stayed the same. They haven't went anywhere because people who own and run this motherfucker know that those are if nothing else, the two shits that will forever keep us divided.
Yeah.
I refuse to participate. If you an asshole and you white, I'm gonna call you what you are. If you black and you an asshole, I'm gonna call you what you are. If you Asian, you up and back, not to be racist or nothing, but if you like, you follow me around your store and shit, I don't want these bundles. I ain't finna steal your eyelash clipper. I'm gonna call you what you are. This country has never needed the adults to come into the room more, I don't know. I'm gonna be 74 years old in August. Probably since the civil rights movement, probably since the late 50s. I'm looking out for and counting on all the adults in the room. And the room is this country. The room is this space. The room is this world. I need y'all to step up. Don't lie about nothing. Don't placate nothing. Don't not tell the truth. But while you doing that, don't ever stop looking for good people. Because they out there. And not only may you miss out on a blessing, you might fuck around and miss out on a good friend, a best friend, a lifelong friend. I don't get in grown folk business, so I ain't telling y'all what to do. Just Just let that marinate up here.
Facts,
Oh, go
bruh.
ahead. Who was that? Was that Urban?
Nah, that was the
I thought
COO
somebody.
talking about. That was the COO talking about dinner.
Oh, hey COO, and
She
happy
gone.
Mother's Day, COO.
She said
Okay.
hola. She said hola. And thank you.
Hola. ¿Cómo está? Hey,
See?
that's it, family. I'm going to end this live stream. Y'all be looking for me. I appreciate all of the shares. I appreciate all of the what they do over here. The thumbs up. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I am going to be more active. I've been doing it gradually, little bit by little bit, but I'm kind of getting back on the TikTok side. I mean the
Hey.
YouTube side because I know, bro. I can't even help.
Right. I know. I ain't mad
What
at you.
you over
You
here,
over
man?
there killing it. And if y'all missing some amazing conversations from this brother on TikTok, see, and I'm gonna step up since you the one that used to tell me and still do. I don't ever promote myself, but if y'all happen to be on TikTok, go over and check out TX2, TX3, CTX3.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I'm talking. He talks about stuff that YouTube would not let us talk about. Yeah. So support him over on TikTok if you can. I see you, Dave Busby, my brother. But folks,
Oh, what's up, Dave? I saw Dave come in here a while ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you
What's
knew
up, Dave?
what this brother's doing over on TikTok, y'all wouldn't miss it. And only reason I go over on TikTok is to support him. That's it. Period. So I'll land my plane right there.
Hey, he literally only messed with TikTok just to support me, like in real life. I I can't even. Honestly, I can't believe he even came over there.
I had to put it on a burner phone.
He did. He did. This man took his time, got a burner phone, and was like, you know how you like dads be giving them dad noises and shit, growling, like grunting and shit, like I'll come up. He dad noticed me until he made a fucking account and finally came over to TikTok. And the only place you gonna see him is whenever I'm live, and outside of that, he don't even. He no no no
Nope.
no. With that being said, y'all, it's fine. Go ahead, VP. Go ahead, fam.
Nah, you good. I was just going to say either I don't know if Urban was asleep or she feeding the chickens or she's over there cooking something delicious.
I'm still here.
She been quiet, so I don't know if she was feeding the chickens, fighting the raccoons, or
They're
cooking up
coming for me
something
though.
delicious.
They're
Okay.
coming. These raccoons are digging up my pots and squirrels, but
Uh-oh.
such is life.
Right.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Hey, look, y'all. Urban took a little hiatus. She tapping back in. Vision,
Yep.
3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Sometimes.
In the morning on Saturdays. Sometimes evening on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Urban doing her thing. My sister, you got it now that you kind of getting back into the groove. You got anything you want to tell anybody or anything you want to say before we get out of here? But I do want you to hang on for a second. If you can.
I'll be back. I'm just taking right now. I'm on another vacation break, actual scheduled vacation. So just taking some time to rejuvenate yourself because you can't be going. It's a lot going on in everyone's lives and our extended family. So just keep everybody in prayer because there's some crazy stuff going on and
Yes.
people just don't have an outlet. So just be mindful of what people are going through and just reach out to them because if you can reach out and just get them off the cliff, that could be a whole saving grace for entire family. So just be mindful of how we, treat each other.
Right.
I'll be back. I'm on Instagram, TikTok I'm on, but I just don't have it on my phone, which is why I'm not really like uploading on there, but I'm working on it. And just tap in. I'll have some new videos and gardening content and just, meal preps, food preps, and some lives in the near future. But right now I'm going to focus on the pre-recorded content, but I'll be back with the lives, in a few weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Look, everybody in the chat, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much for coming over. I mean, for somebody who rarely on here, it's been quite a few people in here for the damn 3 hours. Jesus
3
Lord.
hours.
See, it's just like old times.
Just like
Yeah.
old times.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I really
5 hours later.
Yo, wow, I thought it was an hour and a half. I ain't even looked over. 3 hours and 12 minutes. Let me end this. Thank y'all for being a part of the conversation. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Vision and Urban stand by. And
Yep.
thank y'all. Hey man, y'all keep it real, family. And we'll holler.